listening to Sport Champs.
What is up, you guys? Welcome to Sport Champs episode 15. Got my man right here to the right, Mr. Dave. Got my man right here to the left, Winston, off camera. And we got a different episode here for you guys. As you guys can see, we got 3 mics, okay? And it's an important episode for us because we have the one, the whoa.
Back it up.
Fucking that up. We have the one and the only in here, man. We have an old homie, and I need to give him the proper intro, okay? So we're pulling it up right here, man. The one, the only. Jacoby Jones is in studio.
Big toe.
Big toe. Age 26, fighting in lightweight, fighting for the LFA. Get up in here, man. Let's get a round of applause for Jacoby Jones right here, man. Let's go, bro. He is 4-1, pro MMA, went through the amateurs. Right here, you could pull him up on Tapology. You could pull him up everywhere. We have the one and the only, Jacoby Jones.
Oh, what's up, everybody?
Yeah, man. So on the top, man, plug yourself right now on the top while we got people.
Got your socials. Let's hear them.
Let's get socials. Any sponsor shout outs? Anybody else you want to shout out? Go ahead and hit that. And let's scoot that mic a little close to you. Yeah, you could move that anywhere. Yep. Hell yeah, man.
First off, thank you guys for having me.
Oh, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you for getting in here for us.
Can't appreciate you guys enough, giving me an opportunity to get my name out there and use you guys' platform, so thank you.
Hell yeah, man.
Shout out to everybody, Big Toe supporting me since day one. It's always a family with you guys. My team up at Factory X, management, Jason House, Iridium Sports. Yeah, you can go follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all under Big Toe MMA. It's pretty simple, yeah.
Simple, man. And he does have an upcoming bout on LFA 144. Gufarov versus Silva. He is taking on Christian Turner, okay? And he's going to win. That's why we got him right here in studio before his fight. Thank you for making the trip down, man. You took a nice trip down, huh? How was the drive?
Oh, it wasn't bad at all.
Not bad.
Couple stops here and there, but since I got to Springs, it was smooth sailing.
Oh yeah, man.
Turn on the weekend, I just be singing.
Oh, you like the weekend?
Oh, I love the weekend.
Hell yeah, man.
At that concert a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
That shit was dope.
You went up to that? So
did you guys get to go?
I didn't get to go. You got tickets to that though, huh? So where was that at?
It was at Mile High Stadium, bro.
What? Damn.
That's
so
crazy.
Did he sell out the whole stadium? Was he like in the middle?
His whole tour sold out football stadiums. Like,
damn. So you were like, damn, you were in the fucking stadium?
Yeah, bro. It was kind of sick. Like driving down 25, I seen the ad on the side of the building, and that day I bought tickets. I was like, fuck this.
Damn.
That's modern day MJ, bro. I love The Weeknd. Shout out to him.
Shout out to The Weeknd, man.
You already know.
What is that like your favorite type of music? Like you fuck with The Weeknd heavy? Is he one of your favorite artists?
Honestly, I'm pretty widespread with music. I'm not a fan of not a fan of people. I like listening to all types of music. Country, rap, but I kind of like stick to like old East Side fucking 90s rap,
Hell yeah.
Nice. That's what's up, man.
I feel it.
That's what I like too.
Shit like that.
Fire.
Oh yeah. I love Big L.
Biggie, that's my
Biggie.
dog.
Hey, shout out to
Fire.
Biggie.
Yeah, so.
That's what's up, man. Hell yeah. Thank you again for making the drive out. This ain't a weekend concert, you know what I'm saying? But we're here to talk sports. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Let's jump right into it, man. So you have an upcoming bout. I think we should start with that. So what I should do is I should hit this right here because we're gonna start talking.
Now it's time to talk MMA.
We're diving right in.
We're diving right into the MMA talk, obviously. So you have a bout coming up, man. You have a bout coming up against Christian Turner. You're going through weight cut right now, huh?
Not too much of a weight cut. Yeah, I usually stay ready to go. Try to stay within 15 pounds, so it's not too bad of a cut.
Okay.
Always in shape.
Yeah,
right.
Bro. I just started working with Clean Eats up in Denver. They're a meal company. They
Shout out them.
Yeah, shout out to Clean Eats.
Nice.
Christy over there helping me out. I go over there once a week, go get about 10 meals and eat through those. And, keeps me focused with that stuff and super disciplined.
Damn, you're already doing it. Like,
hell yeah.
You're regimented.
Yeah, like, because being in college, I swear to God, every weekend, like, being a college wrestler, I was drinking beer, eating pizza, but still making weight on Tuesday, you know. And now it's not a game anymore.
Nope.
And taking it like a professional is like the best way to do it, you know. Don't skip any corners, because then you don't give yourself any excuses at the end.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And like we already thanked you a few times, but you coming in here in a weight cut, man, like extra props to you, bro. Taking time out, like you've got your schedule so
you got a week.
It's so compartmentalized, I'm sure, that like just being able to like fit into that schedule, dude, we really appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys, you know, like I told you, just give me a date and I'll make it happen.
Hell yeah, man. We appreciate it. We're going to get you, we're getting him on the, actually, Street Champs comes out before Sport Champs. So
Yep.
if you guys didn't see that, he's on the Street Champs podcast too. We're going to keep him in here for as long as he can. But yeah, let's segue back to, what do you have in those meals that they're giving you?
So like today for lunch, bro, it was good. I had brisket and
Damn, are we giving you brisket? That's fire.
Bro, good meals.
God damn.
Do not miss out. So I had brisket, broccoli, and potatoes, like cheesy potatoes. But like, so how I eat is it's portionalized. So like I know how much calories they're weighing everything. They're doing,
snap.
Yeah, like
They're doing your macros and shit.
They're doing everything. Like,
Did you have to take tests for that and stuff?
not necessarily tests. I just told her how much I was out and what I needed. And how
So
many
they already
meals.
know you're a fighter.
Yeah, and like I'm not necessarily supplementing meals, but I don't eat 3 times a day. Like I fast in the mornings. I don't usually eat until after practice, and then lunch I'll have a good lunch, and then dinner is when I can chow down. You know. So,
Hell yeah.
What's up, man? So you said not much of a weight cut. Are you comfortable with saying how much you have to cut to the fight a week out?
So today I got off the scale at 167. So
Oh man, you're right there.
Yeah,
You're right there.
They're just squeaking by. That's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, that's
easy. And
simple
it's
stuff.
10 pounds of water weight. I haven't
Yeah.
even touched the sauna. So.
Nice, man.
That's got to help your performance, I'd imagine.
Oh, definitely, bro. I feel the best ever. Like
good.
last fight in June, I felt amazing. I was ready to go. I was ready to go 5 rounds if I have to, and then ended up beautiful knee.
Dude,
Yeah,
I was
man.
live for that. I was so
Corner
happy.
stoppage. We had Dave in the cut.
I was there.
Speaking of cuts,
dog.
you had a fat cut on Riley Wiseman's head. Man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dog. You want to talk about that a little bit, Dave? You want to share a
So-
little story how you know?
So I mean, I was cage side ish. Like there was like the tables, the VIP tables, and then there was like the bleachers, and I was like first row for that. And like the dude that you were going against, he had nothing for you at all. Like you just looked like a superior athlete
Let's
from
go.
top to bottom. And then like every time he would go into the corner, he would just kind of quiver. And when he would do that, you were landing vicious shots. And then when you landed that strike that ultimately landed the cut, corner throws in the towel, and like a fucking gladiator, you threw that towel on your head on top of the cage. Fucking flexed, dude. Oh my goodness, I was so proud. I like lost my voice just screaming. It was such a good time.
Let's go,
I
dude.
appreciate it. No, that give Riley a little bit of credit. You know, I was really training for that. I was doing a lot of jiu-jitsu work, and
Yep.
just in the gym we were focused a lot on Muay Thai stuff, like Muay Thai-esque knees, and just cluttering the middle for that fight. And I knew at one point he was either gonna crowd his head or he was gonna shoot, because there was nothing that was gonna happen for him. And just tying that knee freaking perfect.
Perfect timing.
It was beautiful. So.
And it was cool because at the beginning of the night when they were announcing all the fights, Gilbert Melendez, who was one of the announcers for LFA, he said he picked you for the fight of the night that he was anticipating before anything went
That's
down.
awesome.
Shout
So
out to Gilbert, man.
Homie has
my
love.
dog. I got a video I'll show you guys off camera. Shout out to him. He just took time out of his day to send me a video giving me good luck for this next
What?
fight.
That's
like,
awesome.
That's just, it's huge to me, because like growing up being a Scrap Pack fan and watching him and Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz.
All
Yup.
of them.
Bro, it's
Jake
it's a-
Shields,
it's a
the whole
blessing.
group.
Jake Shields, yeah, and like going out and
That's so
performing for high rollers and just becoming a name on that scene. And man, shout out to those guys.
Shout out to all those
Yeah.
guys, man. Hell yeah, dude.
it's sick.
Ooh. And then you got 3 other wins, 2 decisions, and you have an arm triangle choke on one Cameron Ansel. What can you tell us about that first fight, man? How'd you feel that first fight ever being a pro?
Man, it was honestly not that big of a switch. I think everything on the outside was more of taking me by the swing, you know, like getting a management situation. It was fresh. That fight was 2021. It was right out of COVID. We were still in the COVID times fights. So the fight itself honestly felt like sparring.
Ooh.
It was so quiet in there, and like all you could hear was, I think each person could have 2 people in the stands.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's so left.
And I don't even think I brought anybody, you know? So
You're just doing it.
quiet. Quiet. And like at first I was terrified, but then like as soon as he said go, I seen the fear in his eyes too, and I was like, oh, I ain't gonna be this guy. Just got after him right away and put him away early. Yeah, so
Put him away early. 2 minutes, 22 seconds of that first round arm triangle choke. What would you say your special is? Because you were a wrestler. I mean, you guys know each other through college.
Yeah.
I know you through college. I was friends with him. You guys were neighbors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shout out Wolf.
We all know each
to
other,
Wolf
man.
Village.
And I always knew you as a wrestler. Like, I knew JaCobi. You wrestled, man. Like,
was
that's what I knew.
He was in the newspaper, bro.
Yeah. You were in the newspaper. You were the athlete, man.
Man.
You were cool as fuck too. You know what I mean? So like, cool as fuck to chill with. You know what I mean? Cool as fuck to party with. You know. It was fun. I miss college. Do you have any memories from college?
man, college was so much fun. I remember like being that star athlete, but also wanting to live life. Like I always grew up under this like controlled environment at home. Like my parents always knew what was going on, and like, I was always traveling, doing tournaments and stuff. And so like when I got the opportunity to come here, it was 12 hours away. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
I had nobody around here that I absolutely knew, like besides my wrestling coach. And so here I was just living that life. I was doubling up. I was going to the library during the day and then partying at night. Making that a good routine, like making sure my schoolwork was done, but also hanging out with the boys, making sure I wasn't missing no nights. And I was having
hard
fun.
work.
Yeah, it was hard work, but it was also like I was having fun, but not missing that opportunity to be a kid.
No FOMO, no fear of missing out.
No FOMO at all. And did a lot of crazy shit. Like I remember we were talking before. I'll bring it back up. The story about the guys jumping off the roof down.
Yes, bro.
That was the craziest story ever. Like I'm sitting here at the party just chilling.
Giant party at Wolf.
Outside, they don't do it like that no more.
Yeah.
No, it's
that was when the
crazy.
college actually owned Wolf too. They don't own it no more.
No.
It's been
They
resold
sold
a couple
it. Like,
times.
you resell it and shit. Like so
Damn.
anybody can live there now. But
That's
when at the height of
Dude.
college town, where
It was
all
like
of them
a
were
block
college
party.
students,
That
it was
shit
block party.
It was like
Every-
500 students standing outside. Freaking
Jumping off
Next
roof.
thing you know, people were standing on the roofs. I'm like, what's going on? I'm not gonna lie, I was a couple of SIDS deep. I was
Hey,
like, what the
SIDS
fuck
deep.
is this real?
You couldn't believe it, huh?
Nah, I couldn't believe that shit. And then next thing you know, I'm looking at my Snapchat the next morning like, oh fuck.
Everybody just yeeting themselves off roofs, and you're just
Bro.
watching it like that did not just happen.
That did
Like,
not just happen.
That's college for you,
They were
man.
catching them too, like
They were catching them, dude. One of them didn't get caught though.
Yeah,
I
a couple
remember one.
people.
She tripped on the gutter, didn't she?
Yeah, she did trip on the gutter.
I forgot about that.
That was
that
that was so tough.
That was hilarious.
I think we're all there. That's so awesome, dude.
Yeah, man, it's crazy how time flies.
It
bro.
flies, man. That was so long ago. Speaking about far away, let's go back a little bit farther. How about high school? You have any high school memories? You fuck with high school or what?
Bro, high school was dope. It's crazy because, like, alright, you know how I said I was in like a controlled environment. I was the homecoming king.
Bruh.
We have a homecoming king in here?
I was homecoming king, right? And
Nice.
then I get a text because, like, your family comes for the whole ceremony and whatever.
Okay.
Nice.
Apparently, my brother got in trouble that night.
No.
They text me and they're like, yo, right after homecoming, come home.
Oh,
And
no,
I
come
go-
on,
I
man.
go, what? I text my mom. I go, you're crazy. The homecoming king's out tonight.
Hell yeah.
I'm a homecoming king.
He does what he wants.
I just woke up and my crown's all fucked up, and that was the first time I got like trashed ever, like homecoming night.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
You earned it, though.
That's
You was
that
the
memory
king.
that you need.
That shit was crazy. But yeah, shout out to Omaha North. That
Mm.
was a crazy year, honestly. Like Cinderella story, talk about it. We won football state.
Mm-hmm.
What high school is this?
Omaha North.
Omaha North. Okay, you just said
Omaha
that. Okay.
North High
Okay.
School, yeah. Freaking won high school state football. I think we won by like maybe a field goal or like a less than a score or whatever. Turn around, win individual state wrestling, and then we won state wrestling as a team by half a point.
Wow. So you're used to being on top, man.
Bro, I mean, God, thank God, bro. It's God given, you know.
That's awesome.
Just hard work and just giving him the praise, you know. But it's crazy how it lined up. It was my friend. He was going for his 4th state title, and they switched around the whole tournament for his match to be last. And how the tournament ended was like, I was predicted to pin my guy, and I ended up winning 2-0.
Oh, nice.
Didn't get any team points, nothing. Just secured the win.
Secured the bag.
Yeah, it was my first time in the finals. I was nervous. Just went out and got the dub, and then, I just remember in the tunnel after I won, they didn't even like really. They did congratulate me, but like the team title was not like at risk.
Yeah, it wasn't in the bag yet.
So my buddy going for his 4th state title. Not only are you going for your 4th state title, but
Going for the team.
We need a major decision. You need to win by 8 points or more, or else we don't win state.
Oh, fuck.
And so I'm hearing this conversation as I just win, and my buddy goes out and he wins, I think, like 10-2. Swear to God.
Barely made that motherfucker.
Did it perfectly.
Did it
That's
perfect.
Cinderella's story, bro.
Ooh,
fire.
sliding through. Oh, my God, man.
Crazy high school stories.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's a good one. That's a good one right
I'm gonna
there.
write a book about that. So.
You should. You
Dude, that's
should.
super
Write all
fire.
that shit down, man. Yeah, that's fire as fuck, dude.
So you said that you had a teammate that was really good at wrestling as well, a 4-time state champion.
Yeah, 4-timer.
So do you think that helped you a lot as a wrestler, made you better? Like the competition in your practice facility?
Oh, definitely. For my sophomore year, I remember him coming up to me, telling me, if you want to be better at wrestling, you got to take it serious. And I kind of played around with baseball. I thought I was a baseball player. And then I remember having that conversation with him, and I started wrestling in the summer. And then I was not even on the team my freshman year. I was JV. And then my sophomore year, I took 5th. My junior year, I took 3rd. And then my senior year, I took 1st. And he beat my ass every day. He told me, he goes, if you can take me down, you can take down anybody in the country. But I've never taken him down. Still to this day, I haven't taken him down.
Damn.
Javon Perkins, he was actually at CSU Pueblo with
What?
us. Yeah.
Sick.
Oh, really?
So I went to high school and junior high school with he's a legend at Mizzou now, but Jayden Cox.
Oh my goodness.
He was a really
Not just a legend at Mizzou, he's a legend
Olympic.
in the world, bro.
yeah. He's like the top ranked dude at his weight in the world.
Damn.
So Jayden Cox, he probably wouldn't even remember me because I didn't have much mutual friends with him. But I went to junior high school with him at Oakland Junior High, and then we both went to Hickman High School. He graduated the year after me, but he didn't lose one match in all high school. I'm pretty sure he had 2 Virginia Beach and 2 Fargo titles. My senior year highlight reel, he was a junior, but they were showing footage of him winning state.
Damn, that's
He's
crazy.
a savage. I remember I was at National Duels, and they shut down the tournament for him and Kyle Snyder's match when we were in high school, bro.
Yep.
And
Damn.
he 5'd Kyle Snyder. That shit was crazy. So
Taking it out,
shout
man.
out to Jayden Cox.
How long you been wrestling, man?
But I've been wrestling
His whole life.
since I was
Whole life, right?
3. I have a picture
3.
at a national tournament at 1999. I was
Dude.
Wow.
That's so fire.
That is fire. That's a long time, man.
It's like some
January
Kabicha.
of 99, so I wasn't even deep into 3. I was born in May, so May of 96. So
That's awesome.
my brother, he got in at 5. He's 2 years older than me, and so my parents just pushed me out there hey, get out here.
Wow. What's the youngest memory you have of wrestling? Coming from 3 years old. Wow.
That's crazy.
I remember I have a picture of me and my brother and my grandpa at a tournament. I just remember I had a trophy. I don't remember what place I got, but I just remember the big smile I had. And, bro, I had this big ass head.
Yeah, fat ass head right there.
You ain't gonna take me down. This is a counterweight.
Legit, bro. I used to probably smack people in the head with it. No, but that's probably one of my fondest memories.
Dude.
Damn, that's awesome.
Okay, so would you say like wrestling either at like the highest high school level that you did or the collegiate level that you did? I would imagine that not only prepared you, but how would it have like how does it compare to like fighting live? Because like of course the beast is different. Like you're going into like blood sport as compared to like you're going into hypothetically like slam someone. You know, like the risk reward's a little different. But I got to imagine like the crowd environment, the cheering. You've had like I'm got to imagine your entourage of people that have been cheering for you since you were young and has just been like contagious your whole life.
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a huge support system growing up, but you know, the comparison is crazy, like, because I can tell you when I was a senior in college, walking out to the mat to wrestle, I was ranked number one in the nation my senior year, and walking out to the mat, I had no fear. I had zero fear. And then I ended up the regional tournament shit in the bed, didn't even make it to nationals, you know? So sometimes that fear could fuck with you, you know? And, like, I can compare that to, like, that 4-year-old JaCobi walking out to the national tournament, just being terrified because you don't know what could happen. And, like, at the end of the day, I always tell people like this, it's like a gladiator scene. You're in a cage, you're in your underwear, and everybody's drunk around you, and they're just screaming at you, and they don't care if it's your family or not. If someone goes to sleep, their first reaction is, and then it goes to emotion.
Yep.
So, I mean, I just think about that, and then I just pray to God that we both stay safe on the outside. And,
Right.
But just overcoming those nerves is a lot easier now with the team that I'm with, you know. Every Friday we have sparring rounds that I can legit say have been harder than my fights.
Damn.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, like
It is.
I spar with some of the top guys in the UFC every weekend, and
Wow.
Yo, he's not
let's,
kidding.
Let's spit out a few names of those too. Let's name drop. Like,
okay, from
let's move that mic a little bit closer.
Okay,
I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You're all good. You know.
I got 'em out.
Here, let's turn that. It's mostly the turn.
Yeah, let's do this right there. Is
Here,
we good? Are we good? This way?
Right there. Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right into that front. Yep.
Yeah. So for this camp, I've been working with like Yusuf Zalal, Brandon Royval, Jonathan Martinez,
Nice, man. Yeah.
Alex Hernandez.
Hell yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
We can go up to the bigger guys when I just want to play around. You know, I go with Josh Frim and Cody Brundage. And
Wow.
what's crazy is I swear to God, I wish I had a video of it. But one day I asked Rob Wilkinson for a round.
What?
Wow.
He beat my ass.
He beat the shit out of you. Oh man.
Shout out to Big Rob. He is a scary motherfucker.
Damn. That's with Rob.
I asked him one day, I go, we're standing on the mat and everybody else are kind of tired. And I just look at him and go, want to go? And he goes, yeah.
Dude.
And big Australian fuck and goes, yeah.
Yo, you're a dog for that, dog.
I just remember he beat me like he should have, bro. Like, that's a huge
It's a
human,
big
bro.
dude.
Like, getting hit with tree trunks.
Oh my god, I can only imagine. That only makes you better, though.
But yeah.
you're fighting legends to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
like,
those are just the UFC guys too. Like, we have a lot of guys on the regional scene that are always pushing. Like, Pueblo legend, Adam Martinez. Mini
heard
Hunt.
that name for sure.
Yeah, bro. Like, Mini Hunt's a savage. He's helped me so much throughout my career. It's crazy. One of the guys that I fought in my amateur career is now one of my main training partners, Markel Maderos.
That's fire. It's so cool how that works out.
Yeah, but honestly, he was like my first legit fight. Like, my first 2 fights, I think I had 2 pushover old guys. And then they were like, yo, you're going to fight the #1 amateur in Colorado, Markel Maderos. And I seen him fight live. I
shit.
seen him put somebody out cold. And I was like, fuck, I'm like,
Shit.
I signed up for this.
yeah, so now every day it's a fight with that guy in the gym. And,
Oh,
you know,
man.
just training with those guys. You know, Chris Gutierrez.
Yep.
He's helped me so much with my kicks. You know, the list goes on, and I'm sorry if I miss anybody. You
Yeah,
know, just
man. You
the
got a
whole,
fat list.
The whole gym at Factory X is just everybody's learning from everybody. And so it's a bunch of killers in there.
Dude, I swear every time I send because I always send everyone snaps when like a big like knockout happens on UFC or any professional fight circuit. I'll send him a snap and I swear like 4 out of 5 times he responds. He's like, "Oh yeah, I sparred with him," and I'm just like, "God damn!" Like, like this man, like his networking is like so crazy. But that's like that's one of the beautiful things about like the MMA community. I think we are real tight knit when it comes to shit like that. And
Yeah,
like,
bro, it's a huge community, and then
and you're blossoming in it, if I dare say.
No, I appreciate that, bro. It's word of mouth, and then it's crazy. Signing with Jason House with Iridium Sports, it's like that was the best swing I've ever could have did in my career. You
Fuck
know?
yeah.
Nice.
Just linking with that man, he's changed my career, and there's so much like I'm getting a corner of one of my friends, Terrence McKinney, in the
What?
UFC. I got to corner him for that 7-second knockout.
What?
Like we all set that up within the weekends. Like why? Because we have the same manager, and like I know Terrence from the wrestling world.
That's so fire.
That is
Like,
so fire.
Yeah, like shout out to him, bro. We were on the same LFA card right before he got pulled up.
Yep.
And then I was on the plane. I seen he got pulled up, and then I texted him. I was like, we were literally just partying the night before. I was like, told you, bro. God is good. Shout out to Jason.
Wow.
And then he's like, yo, you want to corner me? I was like, what? This dude flew from Oklahoma straight to Vegas. Like, didn't even
Wow.
go home.
Oh my
no,
God.
not Vegas. It was Arizona. He went from Oklahoma straight to Arizona. I remember showing up in the hotel, and he just had bags of UFC clothes. He didn't even have fucking regular clothes. He just like,
Damn.
decked out UFC shit.
That's so fire.
Bro, it's so crazy.
You're
next.
You're next.
You're next.
Your steps so out of it. Like
Man,
you're
we
right
gotta-
there. Because the LFA is like basically UFC's G League, right? Like they own the LFA kind of like do you
they're
know
on
anything
UFC
about that?
Fight Pass.
They're on the Fight
so
Pass.
all the Fight Passes are owned by the UFC, I believe.
I think
And
so.
they're just all different circuits. And so
Okay.
how they're doing it right now, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
They're all like contract based. So shout out to Jason. It's unheard of to go into the LFA 00 Pro. You know, I could have been like Bo Nickel and took the shot, go right into Dana White and all that. But you know, I want the experience, and I want the best experience. I want to be a world champion before I go into the UFC.
Yeah, so-
that's nice.
Him and I've been talking about this. I was asking him like,
Oh, that's awesome.
I proposed the hypothetical scenario if like UFC, Bellator, PFL,
One
FC, like if all of them like came to him and gave him a
I mean,
contract.
don't get me wrong, bro. One, that's global. Like,
Yeah.
I was
Global.
listening to Mr. Beast podcast the other day.
Shout
and
out.
He was shout out to Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
He was talking about like just hitting different countries and different languages and stuff, and it's a way different barrier.
It is.
Like over the English barrier, it's crazy. So
It's huge. The world
You
is
think
so
the
big.
UFC is big? It's just because of that name. Like one. Why do you think Mighty Mouse went over there?
Yeah, one owns. We've discussed on pod that like anything outside of North America is maybe Brazil, it's included, but anything else is One FC. Like they own Europe and Asia.
They have everything.
It's not even close. But you made the comment when we were talking like you were less interested in like the financial route of like maybe going like Bellator and PFL because you were saying you want. You're not trying to fight for money. You're trying to fight the best. That's your goal.
100%, bro. Like the money, I've always been told this, and I'm starting to understand it. The money's gonna come with it. You
Facts.
know? Like if somebody gave me $10,000 today, I'd probably spend it. You know. So
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm trying to figure all that stuff out, and I got a great team behind me, and they're helping me. And I'm watching these guys like.
It's all good, bro.
No, you're good. You're a busy man.
Yeah, man. You're
Sorry,
busy,
bro.
dude. You're
No
good,
worries.
man.
Just sent- Oh, text Mark for private. Oh, see, shout out.
Shout out, dude. Like, yeah, it's all
Gotta
timing.
get privates from my coach.
So fire.
No, but what was I saying? Yeah, just like looking up to Brandon Royval. That's my guy. Seeing the way he went, like world champion status, walked right into the UFC, and then the next weekend he made $50,000. So it's like going from $2,000 world championship fight, and then making a life changing fight the next fight, and it's crazy, bro. Like
It's crazy to see.
it's gonna happen. You know,
It's gonna happen, man.
So your
No,
ideal
you're good.
scenario you've explained would be like you're just gonna keep fighting the LFA circuit. You're gonna go get that belt, and then you're gonna walk into the UFC. But if there's a scenario like a stars align scenario, like let's say your next 2 fights, because I'm trying to bank on you cashing in on all this experience that you were mentioning, you really felt that was lucrative for your future.
Oh, yeah.
And let's say you do what you did to your last opponent, the next 2 opponents, and maybe the next 2 opponents aren't the title, but they're like contenders in the LFA, and then UFC just was like, bro, we need you. Like,
yeah, and that's what I mean. Shout out to Jason, bro. That's what he's there for. He's sitting at the table for these matchmaking conversations, and like, if the LFA wanted to release me or not, let's rearrange that. If Dana White wanted me, I'd go. And I've said this in the past. If Dana White wanted me at 145 next weekend, I'd make the weight. Like, so that's not a question. But like, I want that world title more than anything. Like, I want that status. Like,
That's
I've
first
never
step.
won nationals as a wrestler. I won it in Greco, but I've never won it in like college. Never won it as a kid. And like, I've never really racked up any belts as an amateur. Like, I want this belt. You know,
want
I
the
walked
belt.
into the LFA 0-0. I want to walk out the champ. I want to like prove it. And like, low key, I've been calling out the champ. He's been acting like he don't know who I am. And I told him, you know, you're gonna see my name soon. Like, you're an old ass man. You're 34 years old with a belt. You're not UFC. You're a bum.
Oh,
So,
Who's
yeah.
he? Call him out right now.
call him out by name. Who is it?
McKenzie, something McKenzie. I don't know.
See, he doesn't even-
Know your name, bro. Sorry, dog.
So, it's
You said you're a bum.
bum
Okay,
status.
bum, dude. Damn, man, that's awesome, bro. Fucking. So I seen the pictures of you. I think rolling with Roy Ball. Did you post those, or I think I seen pictures. I think
I mean,
was that you?
I've rolled with Roy Ball. That's my
Roy Ball, and I think I don't know if you showed me him. Did you train with Cheeto, or did
I've
you?
never trained with Cheeto. But,
Okay.
I've been trying to. I've been, you know, and that's with Jason. That's my guy. He's been doing all the stuff behind the lines. Like,
Okay,
all
I
have
see
the
you.
same managers and stuff. So,
That's awesome, man.
yeah. Just trying to get in with anybody. But shout out to Factory X. Those are my dogs.
Hell yeah. Okay, that's
there-
awesome, man.
Have you guys done any like cross, like, have you in, like, for example, like Team Elevation, like, crossed paths, like the fight camps as like a training scenario? Have you guys ever done any like stuff
No,
like that?
So we do everything in house.
Okay.
As of like training wise, like we don't do like cross sparring
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
not.
I mean, I wish, but like two of my 5 fights have been guys from Elevation.
Oh.
So,
Do you-
Okay. Yep.
Do you think
So
that
you're-
is
they're
there kind of
pitting
a
against each
beef
other.
you would say? Not it's not like a
Not like a beef,
I
but
wouldn't say it.
just
Rival-
the
like a
camps
rivalry,
wanna,
I guess?
If I
Yeah.
seen him at 7-Eleven, you know, I'd probably say what's up.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, the
there's
homies.
No
They're-
malice.
Yeah, it's all
competition.
respect,
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's all respect.
But
I
like a
think-
competition rivalry, would you say? Like maybe between the gyms?
I mean, it's
They're probably you guys
two
are
alpha gyms in the same city is gonna be that type of scenario.
Just
Yeah,
produce
so,
killers,
if
both
they got,
gyms.
If they got guys at same weights and we got guys at same weights and they want to fight, like I'm pretty sure. So like,
I see.
I mean, we're not backing away from no fights, but it's also not like our brother gym. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I
Gotcha.
think they do strength and conditioning at Landau's. We do strength and conditioning at Landau's. Different coaches though.
Oh, okay.
That'd be sick if we had like a gym battle and some Pokemon shit. Just gym versus gym.
Bro, if
Fire.
they did a duel like wrestling, bro, we'd beat the fuck out of them.
You'd beat the fuck out of them?
They
Yeah,
got
you think
some-
so?
They got some bigger guys. Like, but the thing is,
They got bigger
like
names.
They got like 6 different gyms, bro. They got like Elevation. You got freaking Pound for Pound. You got like.
Okay, I didn't know that. They have a bunch of
They got
gyms.
like
huh?
sub gyms. Like.
Yup.
Oh,
and
like
then they
different
got
locations. and
One
shit.
fight team, I think.
Mhm.
I don't know. Their shit is all over the place. Like Factory X, you come to the gym every day at the same time, you're gonna see the same shit. But
Yeah.
like,
I
we're
see.
tight knit. Coach Mark runs a tight schedule. Like, and I'm not trying to start nothing or do anything about.
Oh,
it.
Yeah,
course.
no,
No,
yeah,
like
we're
that.
just
Yeah,
curious.
like it's just like the way Coach Mark runs it. I think it's the best way in the world. Like straighten it. It's like the military way to make the team. You got to pass the military standards. You got to run 2 miles. You push up, pull ups, pass our basic knowledge test. Like if you can do that, and then if you can be at practice every day, we'll see you. And
I mean, you guys are going
we're
to
not-
war. So.
Yeah, it's not. We're not in camp. Don't treat it like a camp. Like, oh, I'm gonna come here when I get a fight. Like, no, fuck that. We're here training every day. This is our job. Like,
Yup.
the job. It's
It's a
the
lifestyle.
life.
yeah, it changed my life, bro. And so
It says it in your meals, man. You got regimented meals. You're training all the time. Like that's
100%.
big, man.
That's
That's
huge. Like,
you're professional.
shout out to my roommate. He's definitely helped me a lot. Gino Shvedov. He's changed my life since he's let me move into his house. Just looking up to him, seeing the way he did, like reading his Bible every morning, journaling, doing yoga, taking all the right steps. You know, him and his wife Jess just got married, and just seeing all the steps that he's making as a man, and like trying to be a world champion out of the cage just as much as in the cage. You
Hell
know?
yeah.
So like you can't half-ass it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like a battle buddy right there, man.
100%, bro.
You guys are both-
I'd beat the fuck out of anybody for Gino. That's my true player.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's
shout
the
out
ride
to
or
Gino.
die
That's
right
my
there,
dog.
man. That's the ride or die, man. So one thing I like about your pro career is you have 2 decision wins. What do you have to say about those wins? Because I feel like decision wins, you get to that more experience as opposed to I don't know, like a Bo Nickel who is taking out people in under a minute in every fight that he's had. You know what I mean? I feel like there's more experience to a decision win, depending on the fight, of course. But
So the fight with Caleb Hall was meaningful to be a decision. I told him in the press conferences, I told everybody I was just gonna beat the fuck out of him because he was one of those guys from Elevation that was popping gums. He was popping gums and stuff.
that was on the McKinney card too.
Yeah.
LFA 109.
That was down there in Shawnee. That was fun. Yeah, he was popping gums though, just talking shit. I think Brandon had lost. And he was talking about how like we weren't an elite gym, and I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna show you how. Yeah. So I told everybody in the pre-fights I was gonna spend 15 minutes just ragdolling them,
Just feeding them.
and that's what I did. And
It was
then,
unanimous.
Then the Logan fight, Logan was tough, bro.
Logan
That
Paxton.
That dude's a gangster. He was also from Elevation, but shout out to him. He was a heavyweight in college.
Oh wow.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Either a heavyweight or 197, but either way, he started like changing his lifestyle and made his way down to 155.
Clearly,
And,
that's
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, shout out to him. He was honestly my toughest fight. I gave him everything, bro. I was hitting him with the kitchen sink, and he just would not fall.
He was just there. He was
Yeah,
just
bro.
there.
And then during the 3rd round, I don't know, I was gassed, bro. Up there in Vail, that air is
Ooh,
nothing to
unforgiving.
play with, bro. It's like I legit went into shock afterwards, but
Oh my gosh.
I was I remember he shot on me,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Yep, this is it." And then I'm against the cage, and I just fall. And then by the grace of God, I turned my head to like I was trying to get up. I think I don't know, but he hit me in the back of my head. And usually they give you multiple shots, but the one must have been really hard. I don't remember shit, bro.
Of course, you're
I just remember
fighting,
next thing you know,
yeah.
the ref was like, "Get up," and I was like, "Oh, the fight's over? No way!" And then he's like, "Take as much time as you need. You got 5 minutes." I'm like,
Let's go!
I'm breathing.
so I had like a minute and a half of just like ongoing, just strike after strike, and like I said, I gave him everything. He just would not fall, and then eventually he shot on me again, took me down again, like I don't know. You weigh that much at one point in time, you're not gonna lose that strength.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
you're
bet you-
at heart that weight. Like,
You can lose water weight, but I bet you his traps were as big as the day he
Bro,
fought at heavyweight
and
or
I
wrestled at
guarantee
heavyweight.
He's probably still benching over 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Like 300. Like you
Fuck,
don't lose that
dude.
routine.
Yeah,
like
bro.
that's just muscle memory, bro.
You know,
The strong
and you like
man.
you're like regimenting a healthy amount of weight to cut 155. This dude probably, even though he is fighting at 155, I imagine he's still like walking around much heavier than 155. So like his weight, everything is just nuts. So on fight night, he's just gonna balloon back up.
100%. And like I ain't gonna lie, I was creeping on him before the fight and like seeing the shit that he does like outside of fighting. Like he does like 14ers and shit, and like he's super active, and like he's not just in the gym. Like the dude's a freaking freak. So shout out to Logan. That was my toughest fight.
Fuck yeah.
toughest fight. I mean, you're fighting a heavyweight at heart, man.
Man,
Oof.
still need more than that to kill me though.
Then right after that, you fought Austin Worms. Lost via armbar, though, on LFA 124. What do you have to say about that
let's
fight
talk
at all?
about
Let's
that.
talk
Let's
about
talk
that a
about
little
that.
bit.
Yeah, Austin Worms. First off, punk ass missed weight. You know,
Yep, seen that.
bro, the odds went from here to
Oh yeah.
As soon as he missed weight.
as soon as he missed
How
weight.
much did he miss weight by? Do
He
you
missed
remember?
weight by like 5 pounds, if I remember.
Damn.
Bro, and the funniest shit was he was sitting there acting like he couldn't walk, and he was acting all shriveled up. And so, of course, I called my manager, I called my coach. I'm like, yo, we want all of his money. And
Back.
they're like, we can't take his money, but we can take some of it. And so I was like, all right. Well, soon as he negotiated and they said catch weight, his face happy as fuck. So I was like, all right.
Damn.
But anyway, that was the weight cut situation. And then I was beating his ass to the beginning of that fight.
Yeah.
I just remember the game plan was we're not going to go to the ground. We're just going to beat his ass. And then animal instinct kicked in, bro. Like, I think I threw an overhand right and just instinct kicked in to do a double leg. And I remember I was on his back. Yeah, that's what happened. Through the overhand.
Ooh, you're good.
That's him.
That's boom. No, I'm kidding. But I threw the overhand and I missed and I went right to his back. And then, you know, he was just knowing as soon as I hit the ground, I got to do it. Jiu-jitsu scramble.
Jiu-jitsu.
Go right to my submission right away. He caught me in a sneaky armbar, but try that shit now.
Ooh. So you would take that rematch ASAP.
I mean, I don't even want to give him a rematch because in his last fight, he got knocked out, bro.
Oh.
He went from tapping me out. That's gonna be his best win on his career the rest of his life. He's gonna be a freaking jiu-jitsu
And he wouldn't do it again.
He's gonna be a jiu-jitsu instructor here soon. He's not gonna be a fighter. So
So Gilbert on that fight card when he was talking about how he was anticipating your fight being like his favorite fight of the night. He had mentioned that because when you were coming off of that loss that you had taken a personal agenda to embrace jiu-jitsu and like how you not to say you weren't doing it before, but you've more than doubled down. You did the high rollers tournament, like you've been really killing it in the jiu-jitsu scene. So I think that was, if you could cherry pick a way to lose and a time to lose, I would say that was the time, because in like 3 fights, like we're all going to be talking about your next fight. We don't know who he fought or who his next fight will be. There's a whole manifestation behind that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, like losing that fight definitely made me become more of a student to the game.
Fuck yeah.
I started doing way more jiu-jitsu. Like I said, I started watching Brandon a lot more and seeing the stuff that he was doing. And my other roommate Celine, she fights tonight actually. So shout out to her.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to her. But just seeing what they're doing, cause she's a jiu-jitsu freak too. But just going to different open mats, attending all the classes, even if they're boring, you know, like I just thought that like my wrestling and being in wrestling so long will always overtake jiu-jitsu. And like now I understand. Like it only took me less than a year to really understand this shit. Like even in the fight in June, Riley was a black belt. I was ready for that. I was ready for those exchanges, you know? And so since that loss in February up to now, I don't even look at belt colors anymore because my professor at the gym, every time I ask him, he's like, 2 more months. So I don't even ask. But belt color wise, it doesn't matter. I'm a white belt at heart, but I'm a student, and it made me become more of that. And so like I love scrambling. I love being on the ground, and like you said earlier, just being a wrestler at heart, like it's nonstop scrambles, and now I can find chokes, I can find arm bars, I can find leg locks. But yeah, so that game has definitely evolved a lot.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Were you doing like gi for those tournaments, or was it no gi?
I haven't touched a gi, bro.
No gi.
They sent me a gi, but I don't even know how to tie my belt. I hate wearing those. No, I don't necessarily hate them. I want to learn it after I continue fighting, because I just don't think it benefits fighting.
You have a focus right now.
Well, with the gi, they practice like using sleeves for like leverage to create chokes
choked
and
out
stuff.
with your collar and shit.
Like they don't that won't benefit you.
Like that's an art. I love that.
Yeah,
shit.
No disrespect to
But,
gi.
like,
badass.
Like I can't risk my fingers right now. If I get my finger caught up in a gi doing
I didn't even think of that.
Wreck out and
like,
man, yeah.
I'm thinking about the money right now. Like not necessarily like in the long.
You have a
run.
career to handle.
Exactly.
You have a career to handle.
We gotta get security. So.
Yeah, play with the gi later when we're in the UFC.
Jiu-jitsu stuff though, like watching the ADCC and all that stuff, like being a part of the high rollers tournaments, like that stuff is fun, and it gives me that excitement that wrestling did. You know,
that's awesome.
It's not necessarily a wrestle or a fight. It doesn't give me those jitters, and then like high rollers being able to smoke and still being in my environment.
So awesome.
That shit is so.
Let's
cool.
speak on high rollers a little bit. So high rollers, obviously a jiu-jitsu tournament. You can smoke there, so
bro. you can't not smoke there.
Okay.
There's a guy at the door. His name's Panama. He walks in and he'll give you a
My man's
joint.
named a country. I love it.
Yeah, shout out to Panama. He'll do whatever you need for him. That's
That's
guy.
awesome.
That's my guy.
So he's at the front.
So he's at the front. He gives you a joint as soon as you walk in. If you don't spark it, you gotta walk out. Like it's
What?
that
That's
type of
fire.
time. And like the whole place is smoked out. It's cool as fuck.
I want to attend one of these.
Bro, you wanna be my cameraman for the next one?
Boom.
Where
Can I
is
hold the
it?
boom or something? I'll hold the fucking. Oh yes.
Cool out there, huh? Like honestly, they
Dude, that's so fire.
That's fire,
It's
dude.
a sick ass event, you know, and they do it big for every one of them. I went out to the 420 festival for the last one and
What?
competed at that one and won that one. And
Shout out.
yeah,
Just
bro,
winning?
shout out. Bro. it's
Dubs.
just
Is this
dubs.
is this the
Side
same?
missions.
Is this the same tournaments as Eddie Bravo? Because I want to say he does these in California too.
So
Or is this the exact same syndicate?
it's the same syndicate.
Dude, that's so sick.
Eddie Bravo
That is
was
sick.
actually at the first one that I did.
Damn.
Wow.
So during the finals, I didn't make it to the finals at the first one. I took third. And
Third.
Only took third.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this man shows up.
still, like, I mean, I'm
You're
never
there for the
winning, bro.
gold.
You
You're
don't.
there for the
You
gold.
don't got a white belt. You got a Cush belt. You know what I'm saying?
he got that green belt, man.
I think that tournament-
frosty green.
They may not have had the most fire at that third place tournament. If you would have had a little bit better fire, you know what I'm saying? You would have came.
Bro,
in.
they caught me, man. I was in the white belt division. They told me you can't do leg locks, and then this guy caught me in a leg lock.
Oh,
bro.
what?
Yeah, and then they're like, tap. He tapped. I'm like, oh fuck, these dudes are high. They don't even.
That's some stoner ass shit,
just like-
dude.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
They're like, no leg locks. He's like, dude, what happened?
Legit.
Y'all
And then-
high as fuck. Like,
And then what's fucked up is when the finals came on, they introduced me in the finals. And then they're like, oh yeah, you lost, huh?
you high ass motherfuckers,
hilarious.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Jacoby runs back on the mat, like just
I
throws
did,
his
bro.
joint.
Yeah.
Bro, I was out there smoking, and like Eddie Bravo was sitting like 2 seats in front of me. And
What?
I was still a white belt, so I'm trying to ask him these dumbass questions. He's looking at me like, "Are you serious, bro?"
Yo, you got to, man. Shoot or shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot or shoot.
So you get
That's
better,
it.
ask questions.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Just ask
mouths don't get fed unless they say something.
Yeah, facts.
True. I was like, "Yo, you see my match?" He's like, "I don't watch white belts." I'm like,
Oh,
He said that?
Those black belt finals going on. He's like high as fuck, you know, and probably on some mushrooms and shit.
Yeah, I don't watch white belt.
You got something to drink, bro?
Yeah, I got you. What you want, man? You just want water or? Let's see what we.
I think there's Sprite.
Water. I have water, Sprite.
Water is great.
And
bro.
Pepsi.
Water is great. You know?
So what do you win at those tournaments? Do you win anything?
So the first one I went to, I got a nice, cool ass, like, they gave me like a big ass goodie bag and shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you want a beer instead?
No, bro, I can't.
Oh yeah, you have a fight next week. I'm done.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I could still drink a beer and probably beat this kid's ass, but I'm gonna keep it classy, drink some water.
I feel you.
When I won it, though, they gave me a Dr. Dabber, bro.
What?
way. That's
That's
sick.
so cool.
That's honestly sick as fuck.
Alright,
Yeah, thank you, bro.
No problem, man.
I mean, you're in it for the win. Like that's what's more important. But it's like it's cool that they also give you stuff like that too.
Yeah, 100%. I do it for like the notoriety and want to like I'm trying to build this brand and like build a good following and like getting in touch with some of these bigger brands are just really the opportunities that I'm looking for, you know.
That networking.
Exactly. Like I got to meet Wiz Khalifa, bro.
What?
Dude, that's sick.
Tell us this story, man.
Partial
Yeah,
owner of PFL.
Yeah, so this shit was crazy. So shout out to my boy Brian. So they set up like a kickboxing seminar. You know, Wiz is out here doing kickboxing.
Yeah.
and shit,
Yep.
right. So the day after the High Rollers tournament, he did a kickboxing seminar, and right after the tournament, I was out in Vegas with Weez and D, and we went hard, bro. And they got me super trashed. And I just remember the tournament started at the seminar started at like 2. And I remember sitting in the hotel with D, just could not get out of bed. And then I remember we showed up at the seminar at like 3:30, right as it was ending. And Big Lon, who's Wiz's bodyguard, who runs High Rollers, he grabs me right away. He's like, "Jacoby, what the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm here for the seminar. He's like, bro, it's over with. He's like, you fucked up. He's like, bro, imagine. He's like, big bro. He's like, you fucked up, bro. He's like, I was undefeated at the time. He's like, you're the undefeated fighter. You were supposed to be Wiz's main training partner during the seminar.
Oh,
and I'm like,
fuck.
He's like, you fucked up, bro. And I'm like, oh, dog, don't tell me that. Here I am, still hungover. He's like, it's all right. Learning experiences, right?
What the?
He's like, but it's cool though. They're finishing up. You can do a little meet and greet if you want. And go stand in line.
Oh, man.
Throwing me hard. I'm like,
They
damn,
threw you in line.
So then I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm sitting there watching and shit. And then shout out to Brian. My bro Brian was like, yo, Wiz, come here. I got somebody I want you to meet. And Brian walks me over straight up to Wiz, and like, bro, it was kind of like a big homie situation. Like, I was like, dog, like, I didn't even understand what was going on. Like, that's Wiz Khalifa. I was like, bro, you know, I've been listening to your music since I was like 11 years old, before I was even smoking weed, bro. He's like, for real, bro? And then he just started asking me about fighting, and then started asking him why he started learning to train. He was like, bro, because I've been watching fights all my life, and like just like the fucking old karate movies and shit. He's like, I want to learn how to do that shit, and if I can get in shape and get big, like, bro, he was big.
Jacked.
stocky
He been
now.
looking jacked.
Big. And I was like, damn, bro, that's so fucking sick. And like growing up, I never was a fighter, and so like seeing other people just embrace the sport for what it is, it's cool. So
It is.
that's a legend, bro. Shout out to Wiz.
Dude,
Shout
that's
out
so
to Wiz.
fire.
Shout out to
That's
Wiz.
fire, bro.
Yeah, he's such a MMA enthusiast. I believe he's a minority owner of PFL.
That's cool. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Pass
That's
that to JaCobi over there, bro. Hit that
So
shit.
you talked
Let's
about
go.
Wiz Khalifa getting into fighting. What made you get into fighting? Because you talked about wrestling, but what made you get into fighting and professional fighting? We didn't talk about that, right?
No, yeah. So it's crazy. I talked about how I finished my wrestling career. I was ranked number one in the country, and then I shit the bed at regionals. That next day, or that next week, that Monday, I went over to Jackson's MMA down the street, over off of 4th Street, and or no, what is that? Anyway,
Over there.
Jackson's MMA, Southside,
Out here.
and I just wanted to try jiu-jitsu because I figured, you know, still the same shit, whatever, just try something new. I was still really pissed off at the fact that I couldn't go to nationals. And the first day I go in there, they all knew who I was. It's crazy. And then they're like, yo, get in the cage with this guy. He has a fight next week. And I was like, what?
Hey, damn, it's throwing you in like that.
Yeah, hit the cage. Just do wrestling with him. He's fine. He won't hit you hard. And then first
He won't hit you hard.
First thing he does, still a spinning back kick and put me down, bro.
What
to
a-
the gut. To the gut. It wasn't to the head. To the gut. Put me down.
Those are the worst. Body shots suck.
Ow, bro.
I never experienced that in my life. And that shit happened. I was like, man, that shit's crazy.
Just
So
got
then-
a spinning back kick to the fucking.
I don't know what it was, but it got me hooked, bro. It got me hooked. And
The
I started-
adrenaline.
I started showing up every day and fucking just embracing the grind, and end up switching camps. Just it was some minor stuff. I switched over to On Point Striking with Rick Garcia
Nice.
over at a shopping mall on the south side, and he was just helping me embrace some stuff, and I was teaching guys how to wrestle. There was a couple amateurs at our gym that were trying to make the switch, and
Nice.
he's like, yo, you should try to fight. And I'm like, I don't know.
Hey, you don't know.
I was like, I don't know if I want a real fight, you know? And then I remember cornering, and then that's when I watched Markel fight here in Pueblo. And I seen him fight, and I seen him watch that guy out. And then Rick was like, yo, you should fight. If you fight, you're going to have to fight that kid. And then I was like, all right. I talked my dad into it. And then, yeah, that's another story.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like, so like your family has obviously been supportive of like you and your wrestling career, but I have to imagine when you like humored the idea of telling them that you wanted to fight or that you were taking a fight, they were probably apprehensive because of the risks, but they were probably ultimately supportive, I would imagine.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said earlier, I have some, like, the best support system. Like, my family helps me with everything that I do. They've always been supportive of day one, but they were also, like, super against fighting. Like, they were like, yeah, you could play with it, you could go spar, you can go train. And then as soon as I was like, yo, I'm going to take a fight, and they're like,
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Really?
Like, yeah, swear to God. Like,
Damn,
like
they
I
were
said,
like,
I've never really been a fighter growing up. Like, I had a couple of street fights as a kid, but I was always on the opposite side of them. Never really, like, pick fights or was a fighter in school. I got in a couple of fights at school, but, like, not, like, nothing crazy. Probably, like, some scuffles. So, like, I wasn't that kid, you know?
Yeah.
And so me moving away, and then now I've started embracing training MMA. Like, of course, they've seen it. Like, grew up, Houston Alexander and my dad were really close friends.
Dude,
so.
legend. He's
Legend.
killing it in BKFC right now.
He is.
Yeah, he is, bro. Shout out to him. He's always been a legend growing up, and watching him and just seeing the route that he took. And so they knew the fight game eventually was probably going to happen. Like, my brother trained with him a couple times.
What? Damn.
Wow. Okay.
Damn. That dude had such a prosperous UFC career, and then if I'm not mistaken, he gave his daughter one of his kidneys or something like that. And it, like, derailed his career. This is a long time ago.
I don't know the story.
But I remember he knocked out Keith Jardine.
Bro, that skyrocketed his career crazy, and then he ended up fighting Kimbo at the end of his
Oh,
career.
yeah.
Wow.
That did.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I remember that now.
Win or lose, bro, like, those are legendary fights, bro. Like,
No, he is a legend.
You're fighting Kimbo Slice, man.
And he always wears the Nebraska hat every fight.
always supporting the hometown,
Yeah.
bro. You got to.
That's so fire. Houston
That-
Alexander, that's a legend,
Bro,
man.
Nebraska, it's a huge support system, like I was saying, bro. Like,
The fight scene in Nebraska sounds like, I don't know about the regional scene, but like I've heard of many prospects to come out of Nebraska.
MMA is huge. I mean, you got Anthony Smith, sorry.
Oh
I
yeah,
couldn't butcher his name. You got Anthony Smith. You got
Lionheart.
Drew Dobers. I mean, he's from Elevation, but he's from
Dober.
Still,
you know.
Wow,
like,
okay.
You got some big names there, and then of course, if you switch over to boxing, you got Terrence Crawford, who
Crawford.
that's one of my big dogs. That's my homie, you know.
That's your homie?
Yeah, shout out to him, bro. He's,
dude,
like, inspirational.
that's so
one.
cool.
Always open his doors for me to come down and train whenever I want, you know. So he's.
Have you gone down there yet?
Oh yeah, so when he comes out he does his training camp in Colorado Springs.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Elevation and shit.
Yeah, one day I'm running past him on the incline, and he's like he's coming down and I'm going up, and I was like, "What was your time?" And he's like, 44, beat it. Or no, he said 34, beat it.
God damn, he was
34?
moving.
Bro, moving.
That's probably
Holy
faster than I
shit.
can run up that bitch.
That's like the fastest time that I've heard,
Yeah,
like
bro.
personally, like
Yeah.
of it.
God
Wow.
damn.
He's killing it. So
34.
And just seeing him in every fight, no matter what, he's got Omaha on his shorts, and like always, the support is just there. You know, like those are
Something's in the
legends.
water in Nebraska, bro.
Don't say too much. You
It might be
gotta decide
corn.
not
Yeah, I was
to-
about to say
It might be a little bit of corn.
bro.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so sick. So you've just been rubbing shoulders with greatness, like whether you wanted to fight or not. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just truly blessed, bro. Grateful for every opportunity. You know, God's definitely got a plan, and I read this book this past year, The Alchemist. You know, and just following that dream. You know, because you know it's all gonna pay out because it's already written. If you chase it, it's already written. So if this is what you want to do, you got to do it wholeheartedly and put your heart on the table and just go for it.
Just do it.
it's like you said, you train full time. Like you
Yeah,
don't.
bro.
These are your 10,000 hours. So when you step in that cage, it's like
Yeah,
it's
I started
nothing.
coaching at the gym. I started coaching wrestling takedown classes at the gym. So I'm teaching open class students and fighters.
Dude, that's sick.
takedowns. And like that's a class at the gym, so you could just show up if you just want to learn from me. You know.
Wow, that's
So
awesome.
like just having those opportunities and just doing stuff like that is just opening up doors that I never thought would be possible. So.
Hell yeah.
It sounds like you have a lot of like if you decided tomorrow that like you didn't want to, like, I'm not saying that this is the case, but if you decided you didn't want to compete anymore, it sounds like you have a lot of opportunity in the fight game outside of competing in the future, which is like ultimately like you're gonna fight until you get all these belts, and you're gonna like towards the end of the career you have like so many doors to do whatever the hell you want and still be adjacent to the fight game. It's like such a beautiful thing.
Bro, so that's been my dream, honestly. So, I don't want nobody stealing my shit. Nah, so before I started fighting, I was still here in Pueblo.
Throw me that lighter again, too. I'm
And
sorry.
I was still down here in Pueblo, and I was teaching over at, let me not butcher it, I was teaching at AIM. Was it AIM at the time? Either I think it was AIM Global. Yeah,
We're going with AIM Global.
AIM Global. There's probably switched it up to like Global Ed or something. Either way, I was working over there as a life coach, online teacher for 6th through 12th grade students, and that was before COVID. And like that kind of struck me. Like it was everything that I wanted to do. I was coaching kids, like wrestling, weightlifting, baseball, softball. There was a couple golf players, a couple volleyball players, and these were all like remote students. And then you also had your students that couldn't be in public school, so like the kids that were going back and forth to court, skipping school, truancy students. And so we were doing all that out of Jackson Wink, the building over there.
Damn,
that's badass.
And like so each kid had their own laptops and stuff like that, and seeing the way that they ran it, I seen differences and things the way that I would want to run it. And that's always been a dream of mine, because I was doing the youth wrestling scene. I was giving back to the youth. I was doing all that stuff, and that's something that struck me. You know, my dad, he's a nonprofit football coach back in Omaha, and he runs the whole organization, and just seeing the way how he's ran that his whole life, and I jumped right into that right out of college, and that's something that I want to do. You know, I want to build my own school and maybe even have dorms, so like kids that are from out of state that see what we have going, that want to join and things like that, and like legit make it like a school. Like
That's awesome. It's bigger than just fighting.
So
legit, bro,
you got that.
You got these kids, like I remember growing up. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
But you got these kids like me growing up. Like every weekend, I remember traveling, like going state to state with wrestling, and it's like, you're missing this, and truancy reports, and this and this. And it's like, if you're an elite athlete and you're traveling AAA basketball, or what is it, AAU basketball, and like you're missing so much school, like these opportunities for you, and this is like legit schooling, and it's given to you like a college, online college application. Like you have your whole semester right in front of you. If you knock it out right now, you knocked it out. If you take forever to do it, you take forever. But it's like, it's giving kids the opportunity, and I think kids nowadays need that rather than being in a public school setting every day. And I mean, regardless if I build it, my kids are gonna have this. So
Hell yeah,
I like it.
It's like an each one teach one.
legit, 100%.
I like that,
So
man.
that's always been my dream, and I want to like at least make enough money through fighting to build that, and like maybe even reach out, start a 501c3 nonprofit. You know, somebody else likes the idea and wants to go in on it. Like those are,
Hit the man up.
you know, different things that like I want to do in my life. I've always been about giving back, and
Dude, that's awesome.
It is awesome.
I always see like fresh out of CSU, like the summer, I remember seeing you doing like the youth wrestling programs and coaching all those kids, and like I swear every other snap on your story, kid was holding like a trophy, a belt, a ribbon, because they were all winning. They were like sweeping the
Dubs,
competition.
man.
there's no better feeling, I swear to God, like being able to take something that was taught to you and teach it to somebody else, and seeing the joy that comes from their success.
Yeah, that's
There's no better feeling, bro. Like I was being able to take a college level move and teach a 4-year-old, and that 4-year-old go beat a 6-year-old at a tournament, and like,
With a college move.
yeah, that's bigger. That's bigger than fighting. That's awesome.
yeah, bro, like
What move was it?
Flying squirrel.
just like stuff off the bottom that kids weren't doing. If like little babies could catch on to stuff, like
I
grab
see.
an arm here, like little step overs and stuff. Like
He has this 4-year-old doing ankle
I
picks.
had 4-year-olds doing cartwheels from the bottom, like just stand up and do a
Damn.
cartwheel.
Whoa,
They'd
that's
land
crazy.
on top of kids.
What?
Shout out to Imar, his little step over. I wrestled Imar in college. He's the #1 wrestler in college, and now he's a coach at Oregon State, I believe. But
Wow.
he was the 2-3-time national champ D1. But I wrestled him in college, and he did this move to me, and I just started teaching kids that move, and like you know, so it's each one teach one.
Dude, that's so fire.
That is fire, man. Like you said, man, you're brushing shoulders with greats everywhere, man.
Greatness
Yeah,
makes
I'm
more
trying,
greatness.
bro. I'm trying, bro. I'm just trying to make my own wave, though. You know.
Of course, man.
I see the way Sean O'Malley's taking the sport, and I don't want to say duplicate it, but I want to definitely try to take that route and
Hell yeah.
That's a
reach
good route
the
to take.
people, bro. Like, this is what I love to do. I love smoking weed. I love fighting. I love coaching kids.
Mm-hmm. You're being 100% you. That's it.
That's like
I feel
the
like that's what people.
That's the
attach
full
themselves.
package, though, for real.
It is a full
and like
package.
with your whole like background, like the UFC, like they took like granted this is a different athlete to compare, but they took like a 1-0 Brock Lesnar who, granted he had his whole like WWE, but like he was a D1 beast of a wrestler, and they threw him to Frank Mir type vibe. So like anything
He was in
is
WWE
possible.
First, though.
Yeah, but like
So you had a name. Bo
that
Nickel,
was a
same
network
thing.
move, which I do grant. But you
Same thing with Bo Nickel though too. Like he's network name.
Yeah.
Like you throw
Yeah.
his name in the wrestling world, everybody knows him. Like
Everybody.
he has how many followers just through wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
You give the kid one knockout. Like granted, I mean the dude he just fought wasn't a pushover,
No, he was like 7-1.
CFFC champ.
but that was skeptical in itself because he lost
really?
right before he fought for the belt.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I ain't gonna get on that.
Of
Bo
course,
Nickel's-
that's something else.
Bo Nickel's a gangster, bro. Shout out
Gangster.
to him. Like that dude just made that dude look easy, and he's already got a fight lined up in the UFC.
Jamie
Like,
Pickett.
He's making moves, bro. That's what you want to see for people.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see. So he's making the moves for wrestlers. They're probably gonna pull that up in the next fight, like questionnaire, you know. So I mean, I'm ready for all those conversations. But
Right.
I'm ready to make my own splash.
But
I
yeah,
like it, man.
when you think of those products that you were referencing, like you think of like Sean O'Malley, like Patty Pimblett, like go over to Bellator, you think of like Aaron Pico and these prospects that are coming in, and like some of them are younger in the fight game. Bo Nickel being the most recent
See,
one.
but they're prospects, bro. I want to be a world champion.
That's what I was gonna get to is like these guys are like trying to get their Patty Pimblett not being an exception. He
If
had
you get a world title, you cannot deny me, bro.
that's what I'm saying.
Can't
You
deny it.
cannot deny me, and like I'm willing to take that road. Like I just need the fights. That's the hardest part. I mean, we've been sitting on the shelf since June because nobody wants to say yes.
I was about to say
Everybody's not fighting you.
Who would
Yeah.
want to fight you? You have
I'm
hands
not
of
gonna
steel.
Name drops, bro. I'm not gonna name drop, but just know that there's been former champs. There's been guys that are trying to leak their way into contender series. Like they want to make that name on. They want to see bright lights before, you know. And it's like I've said earlier. I've been seeing bright lights since I was 4 years old. It's not a problem for me. I just
True.
want to go out there and just make a name. And I trust my striking. I trust my wrestling. Trust my jiu-jitsu. It's time, bro. Like,
It's time, my
it's
brother.
time.
Let's
I
go,
don't
man.
want to put a timeline
I'm
to
hype.
it. I don't want to make a timeline to it, but I want to say before March of 2023, I will be in the UFC.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I would love to see
Like I
that,
said,
man.
I give it like you're gonna win this next fight. You might have maybe in my mind one more LFA bout before your resume is so goddamn undeniable.
I want to
It's-
fight some gangster from the Amazon down in Brazil, bro.
You want to
LFA's
fight a Brazilian?
Oh, bro, they've been going back and forth to Brazil.
yeah, they have.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
been.
they got some fucking gangsters over there, and I
Mm.
want to test my like savage too. Like,
You willing to travel down there and deal with all the travel
see, that's the
bullshit?
thing, though. That's the thing. My coach already told me. He's like, it's not worth it. But I've never traveled in my life.
Ooh.
I see you.
I've never traveled in my life, but I don't know for a fight camp, but I would go down
See.
to the fucking rainforest and fuck somebody up.
That's so odd. That'd be cool to see.
That'd be
man.
so cool, bro. Like
you
the
said, you haven't
last
traveled.
fight-
So
the
like,
last fight, I think they had in Brazil. I think it was like what 9 or 10,000.
Dude, it was packed. It was,
Wow.
and it was like
Packed.
3 of it. It was the event after you fought in Denver. They went to Brazil, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they've been going back and forth there a lot recently. So I'm pretty
so
sure there's a lightweight over there that's like, I want to fight Big Toe.
Dude, that's sick.
That's awesome. Well, in the UFC, you're gonna have to travel, right? So
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
100%.
we might as well get used to
yeah,
it.
might
huh?
as well get used to it. Get that, get those reps in.
Yeah, bro, I'm willing to travel all over the place. You know, I got my passport as soon as I signed with Jason.
Nice.
Fire.
Bro, he told me be ready. He
Be
told me
ready, you
'cause
never
that's
know.
That's when COVID was going down. He's like, you never know where we have to go to fight. So
And you were saying like since you always stay in like near fight weight, like I wouldn't be shocked if your first UFC opportunity is because of like a step-in scenario where
Yeah.
they just need a call up because
100%.
and you're gonna be like, not only am I ready, I'm in fucking shape. You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready to go.
I don't gotta. I stay ready, so I don't gotta
Minimal
get ready.
damage, bro.
That would be
Minimal
so
damage.
awesome.
Minimal damage.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, we're gonna put it together.
Oh, I can't wait.
Now,
That's so lit.
if you got offered, like, I don't know, if like Bellator tried to jump the gun and gave you a really good offer, would you humor it, or would you use that as like negotiation leverage for your UFC goal and then take like another LFA fight? That's really hard to ask, I suppose, because you wouldn't know what the hell they're offering. But you're determining of the best wouldn't be proven in Bellator. That's a UFC route, but you might get offered.
I've seen the entries.
Marty's
I've seen the entry level for
Bellator. I just named them because they're number 2.
It's not that much.
Or how about 1? Because we mentioned 1 a few.
Bro, if I flew to Japan and fought for 1,
Dude.
I'd fight for free. Just
Yeah,
Damn.
I'd fight for free if they got me out there.
Let's talk a little one too, because I have this little piece of one news actually. Let's
let's
segue
hit it.
a little off.
Let's hit
of
it.
this. I found this little piece. So we're saying we're fighting for one championship. This is just the title. One championship sets a record 110 million losses last year, 221. Does that scare you at all? Seeing like an organization like that, being such a big organization like that, hitting record losses?
No, because look at everybody else's losses too.
Right, exactly. I guess we
So
gotta pull those up too.
You
huh?
pull up their numbers compared to everybody else. It's like what's a million to a billion.
I see you. I see you.
Like we were saying earlier, but it's such a huge like fucking community of people. You know, like
It is.
so many different countries, so many different languages. Like one's huge, bro.
And I didn't even read into this like crazy. I just had to ask that because I had seen it before, and I'm like, man, I don't know what that entails, but that doesn't seem great. Yes.
What's your opinion on Dana White not paying his fighters what?
And
they
that's
should
why
be
I'm
paid?
sitting on the outside looking and laughing, bro. Because it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's like pressure. It either builds diamonds or it busts pipes. And Dana's getting too much pressure right now. You got Nate's about to try to open up a new organization.
Yeah.
However much he starts paying fighters, whatever he offers fighters, you know. So I'm just, like I said earlier, I'm thankful to be on the outside looking in and see these other guys' routes. And, like, you know, I see, like, even with Dana paying these guys minimal on their contracts, they're also getting stuff on the outside. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let them.
Sponsorships.
Yeah, sponsorships.
Endorsements.
Endorsements. You know, even just like a random day you wake up, you know. So, I mean, a lot of fighters are shutting up. Like that one guy that just went off of Contender Series fought. And then he got on the mic and he's like, yeah, shout out to Dana, you know.
Pfeiffer?
Yeah,
Talking about
Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, if you're making noise, bro, you're good. And when I get in, I'm making noise.
He's gonna make noise, man.
If
Like,
You're getting in there, man.
if you got offered, sorry, excuse me, if you got offered, and I already know the answer to this, but just for those who don't, if you were offered like a Contender Series opportunity, or, and I say this lastly because I would humor it the least, but like an Ultimate Fighter opportunity, like you would just look at it and be like, hey, I'm not saying no to the UFC. I'm just saying like I am not, like what you're trying to gauge out of that, I am beyond that. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to go fight your number 15th ranked dude. I don't want to fight some unranked dude for like $4,000 and $4,000. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, if they called me tomorrow and was like, hey, we got you, because Contender Series is over now.
Yeah.
Yes,
It would have to be next year,
Yeah,
next
so
season.
then I'd be sitting the whole year,
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
You'll get in before that.
100%. So, I mean, timing's everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Timing's
Yep.
everything. But, yeah, so, I mean, that's not even in the question. But if they were like, hey, we want you to walk in and fight this guy, like, the money would have to be there right now.
Oh hell yeah!
Right now.
Right now. Hit my bank.
Like, if I'm not going to walk in on a basic if it's last minute. Not at all.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
And
And
that could change the whole trajectory of the path. Like,
Right now, last minutes for the rest of the year are all dog fights, bro.
are they?
So if you look across at the 155ers that's trying to fight, they're on big cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody fell through, I mean, I'd take it. I'd get into the UFC,
Mhm.
but I mean, I'd get my ass whipped.
Hey, you never know, though. You know,
I mean,
you never know.
Never know. Shout out to my boy Terrence McKinney, 7-7 knockout.
Never
Hell yeah.
know, man.
I mean, I'm willing to fight whoever, and I've said that before.
now,
It's just-
if you were in the UFC right now, and like I'm Sean Shelby, and I'm asking you, like, if you can cherry pick your first opponent with no pun intended, not like a easy fight pun, none of that. Just if you want your first opponent, like who would it be in the UFC? Or do you even like? I realize you probably don't even think that far ahead. You think one fight at a time. But there's gonna come a point in like a year or so where you're gonna have to start thinking these.
Fruit, if that's what you're asking.
Hmm?
I see some low hanging fruit, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see some guys. I mean, I don't know them by name.
that's fair.
That's why they're low hanging fruit. But like,
Of course.
there's a couple of guys that are part of my management company, but I don't want to say no names.
No, yeah, none of that. But still, though, you gotta like.
because I see them, I see their names and I see their faces. So I mean, if your name's not Jason House and I don't give a fuck. Like that's who I gotta pay. So
And like I've seen you in the cage, and I've seen like we've snapped each other like mid UFC cards when we have those like snoozer bouts where you have nothing better to do than like snapping. Like we've both acknowledged, I'm like, dude, how are these dudes already in the UFC and you're not? Like,
yeah, like
no
I said,
disrespect to those who are there.
I mean, that's what I was saying earlier. Like it's just timing. I mean, you just gotta get right in front of the right people and just be ready for it because shit, I look at it too, but then it's like you're comparing yourself to other people, and comparisons is a thief of joy. Like I love my life, bro. I love waking up every day and going to train, and
Fuck yeah.
like I could be in the UFC right now. I could be like on an 8-8 contract, I could be on a first fight contract, but that's just it's trash, Like I said, I want to walk in the UFC with a world title, and like then they have to pay me.
You have a plan.
And then I have to get exposure because I'm a world champion.
That's like some Brandon Moreno shit right there.
Yeah, bro.
So then he brought up people, maybe low-hanging fruit in the UFC that you would fight. Is there, I'm not talking maybe low-hanging fruit in the LFA, but is there some names
I mean,
maybe to the path from the tie, like maybe, like if they were like, so we can't say he's booked for a title fight. Is there any other buddy?
The dude that just knocked out the guy that I lost to,
Yeah.
I definitely called him out.
Okay.
Fire.
He's part of my management. So it's like-
Oh.
that's why it's like management is all bullshit. But I love my manager Jason. Like he's helps me out so much, but it's just like,
Makes it difficult with that.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
difficult. It's
Conflict
so
of
much
interest.
Politics, bro. Like everybody's trying to make it. Everybody's trying to make
You're
it.
just like, man, I
And
want to
nobody
fight.
wants to fight for nothing, Everybody's trying to make to get to UFC to actually fight. And it's like, bro, I'm ready to go for a dog fight right now. Like, let's go. Like
Sign
I
me
said
up.
earlier, I fight harder fights on Friday. Well, I didn't spar today because I'm fighting next week. But every week I'm having dog fights, bro.
Who's the person that gave you the hardest sparring session of your life?
Hardest sparring
hardest sparring session.
of
Was it
my
Wilkins?
life. Yes.
It was Wilkins. Okay.
Rob beat the
Rob,
fuck
dude,
out
it
of
was
me.
okay. I think, yeah, you
But,
said
like,
that earlier too.
My
Yeah.
weight class though, not even gonna lie, my boy Nick Motas. Nicholas Motas. He just fought last.
I know that. I know that name.
Left hook put the dude out. He was on the fight night a couple weeks ago.
Hell yeah.
We used to be roommates. I don't know if he got mad if I ate his bread or what, but we was in the cage on Friday. Bro. He hit me with his left hook so fucking hard. I had to get a new mouthpiece, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, but
We had to get a new mouthpiece.
I had to get a new mouthpiece.
You like bit through
You're
it?
like, fuck this.
Yeah, bro. I started biting it out. Like, that's a guy straight from the favelas, fucking gangster as fuck. He was wanting a dog fight, and I didn't have that day. That's one of my hardest sparring rounds. Him, and then, like, Markel, like I was saying,
Mikhail, yeah.
we fought in the amateurs, so every time we spar... it was
That was one of your
a fight.
decision wins.
Yeah. So every time we spar at the gym, which is every day, it's a real fight. So
Hey, man.
always on my toes around that guy.
So you would say with your guys' sparring strategies, you would like, you guys spar hard, but like respect to the camps, like you calm it down.
100%. Like, don't go 100% to the head.
Mm-hmm.
You can kick me hard or hit me hard to the body. That's what that's there for. Like,
Okay.
you can't take a body shot, like, put me down. But respect your teammate. Like Coach always says, don't break your toys.
Oh.
Nope.
Getting too high. No, but yeah, Coach always says, don't break your toys. So just doing that,
Oh yeah.
It's facts, man. I'm trying to pull up these freaking fights. They are not. My internet is not having it right now, bro.
Are you talking about the next fights or the past fights?
These next fights coming up. I was just gonna Or let's talk about the past fights, actually.
The McKenzie Dern.
Yeah, let's talk about Dern and Jan.
Bro, that was a sick ass fight, bro.
It was a sick
Oh,
fight,
yeah.
As
dude.
a fan, that was cool watching all that jiu-jitsu exchanges.
I will say there was moments on the feet where McKenzie was getting punched, and like her expressions on her face.
She didn't want to stand. I thought she would have wanted to stand more because she was.
I thought she would too.
Cheetos camp and stuff, like working all that boxing. But I mean, at the one point,
Jan's a
where
big girl.
She just butt scooted over to her. I was like, fuck. Like I love Mackenzie Dern. She did
Same.
that. But I've been butt scooting at the gym too.
Yeah, it's just one of them things, man. Let's go over these though a little bit. Let's name off some wins. Let's go over these prelims a little bit. Did you place any bets on the fights this last week, Winston?
We did for the parlay, but I did not
Yeah.
personally.
Bro, I wish I could place bets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't because you're a
Put
fighter.
block on my account.
Oh.
Sick parlay. We were at the wedding though, at Jalissa's wedding, and
Oh, really?
we were sitting there. I was telling everybody what to bet, and then they started cashing me out.
Yeah, that's fire, bro.
We're gonna have to get some picks from this man today.
Yeah. So we're gonna be building a parlay today. I don't know if that you can do it, but
No, I
I
can
want you to pick a
definitely
leg, on our parlay. But let's go over these fights from this last week. Let me hit this and give this to you though.
So on the last week's leg of the parlay that I submitted, I put in for AJ McKee to win. Originally, I was gonna have him to win by a KO, but then I was just like, no, the odds were so much better for just him to win,
Just to win, yeah.
which thankfully that happened because it went to a decision. But oh my goodness, that fight was chaos. As soon as the bell rang, I think it's like Storkley or something. I can't remember his opponent's name, but he's like,
it was Spike.
Oh, you're talking about the guy he fought? Yeah,
Carlisle.
Carlisle.
Oh, yeah,
Spike
sorry. I don't know
Carlisle.
where the
Okay,
hell
I didn't know who he was talking about.
I butchered his name. I'm bad with names.
Yeah,
but no,
Spike is a dog,
As soon
dude.
as the
Used to be
fight
in the UFC.
started, he ran across the cage and did like a karate flying sidekick type shit. It didn't really land, but like he was
AJ
game.
was ready.
And then he backed AJ into a corner of the cage, and then it was just like phone,
Swinging,
just a
dude.
bunch of phone booths. But like AJ was,
ready for it. It was sick.
dude.
Bro, Spike's a dog. I knew
Spike
it was
is a
gonna be
dog.
Crazy. We shared a card together in LFA.
Yeah, you did. I did see that. He was
A fool tried to tell me how to cut weight, and then look at him missing weight.
Oh, call him out,
Look
call
at
him
you,
out.
motherfucker. If you want to fight, we can fight too.
Hey, so what did he say? What he
No,
he
we're
tried to
sitting
say?
in the sauna, and I remember I put like a rag over my head to cool myself down, and he's sitting there with sweat. Like, bro, first off, you don't sit in the sauna with sweats on, like if you're trying to cut weight. But he's sitting in the sauna with sweats on and probably a sauna suit too. And then
Oh my God.
he's looking at me because I pour water on my head. And he's like, "Isn't that like what you're not supposed to do?" And I was like, "Bro, shut the fuck up."
You told him that?
Yeah, bro. My coach was sitting in there too. He was like, "Chill out, Jacoby." I was like, "Man," and then because he's 55. And
He's a
then
55er.
It was on my debut, and like I was ready for it. I think he was main event, and so
You
like,
was.
I was just hothead, but I kept seeing he just kept trying to ask me questions the whole fucking time, and I was like, "Bro, I'm cutting weight. I don't want to talk to you."
Damn. Again, man.
See what I'm saying?
Brushing shoulders.
I watched a fight
But
card.
he's cool though. I mean, shout out to him. He's cool. I mean,
You're just like, I'm
he's a cool
cutting
guy.
weight right now.
Exactly. Like I've been cutting weight my whole life, dude. Don't fucking.
Yeah, and you've also been wrestling since you're 3. Yeah, you've dealt with. I feel like everybody's different too. Like, who is he to? You know what I mean? Like, that's your body and the way
Exactly.
you
You're
do
sitting
it.
here in
Like,
sweatpants, and you're trying to tell me my underwear. Like, get out of here.
Hell yeah.
damn, that's fucking crazy, man.
See what I'm saying though? I watch a fight over the weekend. I'm just like, oh yeah, did you watch the fight? And he's like, oh yeah, I fought on the same card as that dude. I'm just like, damn.
Right? That's Spike Carlisle. That's another guy that won't go down.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, no,
AJ
he's
was hitting him
savage,
hard.
bro. He's a savage. Like, and I remember just after that time running into him in the sauna, I started following his career because I didn't know about him. My coach eventually told me, like, yeah, he just got cut from the UFC. And like, he's like, chill out, Jacoby, chill out. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, I started following his career, and like he fought on Cage Fighters right after that, and like 3-round war in that fight too, and like just not giving up, and then coming through at the end. I thought he was gonna come in against AJ, but
Same, honestly.
yeah, but AJ's got that dog in him. He's a world champ. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like world champ mentality is just different.
It's different, man.
Yeah.
It's like, it like flows through your blood, pretty much.
100%.
Like,
it is a flow in itself.
No,
flow state.
AJ's one of those like fighters, like I always humor that, like there's fighters who aren't in the UFC who, if they were in the UFC, they would just run amok. And the only reason I couldn't,
like to see him,
I wouldn't
but
quote him
not
any
55.
success.
He'd have to fight 45 in the
True.
UFC.
True.
I think 55. Imagine him against Charles Oliveira.
Damn,
What?
that would be difficult. I was thinking even less than that. I was thinking like against like a Dustin Poirier or like Gaethje or Chandler. Those dudes are
Whenever
so
I think
big.
of champions in the UFC, like, I mean, at least fighting in the UFC,
Mhm.
like, compare myself to a champ. When I look at myself and I watch my film, and then I watch Charles Oliveira.
There you go.
I try, like, even when Khabib was champ, like, I
Yup.
try to be Khabib. Like, I want to be the best in the world, and like,
Best.
try to like emulate that stuff.
Hell yeah.
That's how you do it, man.
Yeah, bro. Like, I don't want to like, oh, I'm so and so who's ranked 13th in UFC. That's my favorite fighter. No, like Brandon Royval, world champion, like top 5 in the UFC, gonna be a world champion soon. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, these are my idols, you know. So only looking up to the people that I should look up to, you know.
Hell yeah.
Man. You look up to giants, man. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
You want to be a giant, like
Facts.
That's facts.
My
man.
mom named me Kobe, bro. What?
You said what? Yeah, you gotta kind of have to live by the Mamba mentality, you know.
That's a
Named
that's a fact.
JaCobi. All right, let's go over these fights on this last card. We're just gonna run through them real quick. We had Guido Canetti taking out Randy Costa in a submission. I was one of the ones that thought Randy Costa was going to take that one. Did not have it for him. Guido Canetti took him out in the first round, 1 minute and 4 seconds. Right after that, we had a catchweight bout. We had Chelsea Chandler. Big chick, dude, coming in here over Julia Stoliarenko. Did you guys see that fight? Chick is
Nah, I didn't
huge.
get to see that.
I just thought you said Chelsea Handler.
Oh, really? Chelsea Chandler, bro. She's big for the division. It was a catchweight, but still, she made Julia Stoliarenko look small, man. First round KO, TKO finish. Right after that, we had Krzysztof Jotko taking on Brendan Allen. Excuse me.
I tuned in.
Yep, that was a fight you got in on. Yeah, so first round submission, 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Brendan Allen took him out. Brendan Allen was the underdog in that one, too.
He's a gangster. Bro.
He's a gangster, man.
I like him.
A lot of people thought Jocko with that 24-6 record. He's not that far off from Brendan. Brendan's 20-5, but they just, I don't know. I heard a lot of people saying that Jocko would have took that by maybe decision, grinding him out, because Jocko's that grind out style. Right after that, we had a lightweight bout of Joachim Silva taking on Jesse Ronson.
Bro, so shout out to Neto. Neto used to train at Factory X.
Oh, really?
Oh.
That Brazilian skit with him and Nicholas Mota, bro. I trained with Neto a couple of times.
Really?
He's another one of those scary rounds that I remember, bro. Like, left hook, bro. Those shoot the box guys, bro. Like, left hook, fucking right kick, bro. That stuff's
Dropped his ass. So second round finish.
Beast.
Yeah. Joachim Silva moves on to 12-4 now. Wow, man. That's cool, man. Like I said, you're rubbing shoulders with the best of them, man.
Neto, that dude's cool.
Right after that, we had a heavyweight bout. Alir Latifi taking out Alexei Olenek, man. Another sad loss for Alexei, dude. Another sad loss. 16-17. What else do you got to prove when you're Alexei?
Can we talk about that fight for a
Let's
second?
talk about it.
Right after the fight, he started saying he has freaking staff. Like, how
Yeah.
What? You didn't say that, bro.
how do you feel if you fought before that?
Yeah.
I mean, even after that, like, you got to fight in the cage, like, oh, shit, this dude's got staff all over the
Latifi's all,
cage. No, he didn't even care. But Latifi
Right.
said he had staff.
Oh, he's the one who said
Yeah,
he
so
had
he got
staff.
on
Oh, I
the
thought
mic
you said
after-
Olenek.
No, he got on the mic after his fight, and he's like, yeah, yesterday I found out I have staff on my knee.
Oh.
And he's like, but I still fought.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Guys on his shoulder like this, like,
It's like we're sweating right now, buddy.
I wish I would have seen that. I was getting a fucking reward for my family and shit, so I missed that one. But goddamn, he's just like, I got staff, y'all.
yeah, that's
Still,
gross.
shout out
Yikes.
Alexei Olenek though. That
60
dude's,
wins.
It's hard. Like that dude, he fights at heavyweight. So like I've always made the gesture that the heavyweight is kind of like the puncher's chance division, where there's like a lot of like athletes who are like not necessarily the best athletes, but they thrive because like you just need one 265-pound bomb and then you're gonna put someone's lights out. And like Alexei Olenek is not that. He's the opposite of that. He's just Ezekiel choking people left and right. Like I saw a video in his last fight.
Savage, man.
His last fight that he won, not the one he just participated in against Latifi, he had beat the dude, and then after the fight, he was explaining to the dude how he puts in the Ezekiel choke. Like, that's the type of dude he is. So,
He's a good dude, man.
I'm such a fan of him, and, like, assuming he has, like, kids or grandkids, just, like, imagine being at that barbecue when that dude's just drinking his beer and it's just like, oh, I wish you would talk to my daughter. Like, he's just a badass. Like,
he just came off a submission win too over Jared Vendera.
Yeah, that's the guy he was showing after the fight.
Oh yeah, that's what
he was demonstrating behind or afterwards because he was curious. He's like, how the hell did that work?
Yep.
Then they started like showing other submissions too, like just trading knowledge, bro.
And
that's what I love about martial arts, bro. It's
respect,
cool, bro. Every day you can learn some new shit.
I love it, man. Yeah. I love it. So we had a catchweight bout right after that Olenek fight. Mm-hmm. John Castaneda getting taken out by Daniel Santos via TKO. Round 2, 4 minutes and 28 seconds. Did you guys see that one? I don't remember seeing that one. I was at like an award ceremony. So I was literally watching on my phone.
I think at this point I had like Bellator on one screen and UFC on the other,
like
and it was like triage trying to remember who I was watching.
It's okay. We're moving on to this main card. The main card kicked off with a lightweight bout. Mike Davis winning a decision win over Vyacheslav Borshev.
That's what happened. I took a smoke break during the last fight.
Oh, did you?
The main card.
right. That's what happens, man. Right after that, we had a featherweight bout. Sadiq Youssef getting a goddamn submission in 30 seconds against Don Shainis.
Bro, he's a savage.
He's a savage. And he was also like a minus fucking 2,000 or something. What was it last week?
It was like 1,700, something like that.
Gosh, man.
Bro, he's in the same situation as me, just taking fights just because he needs a fight. Nobody wants to fight him.
Nobody wants it. He's a big dude. 13 and 2, man. 13 and 2 right after that. Speaking of after that, bantamweight bout. Raoni Barcelos taking out Trevin Jones via decision. This was a fight that actually had not going the distance. I was actually kind of surprised that it went the distance. I actually started catching the card again at the end of this fight. At the award ceremony, I started watching on my phone because we were already done eating and shit. So I had that on my phone, seen the decision win, and then on to the fight after that. Right after that, we had Randy Brown winning a decision win against Trinaldo. Francisco Trinaldo. Trinaldo's been another one that's been in it for a long time.
Long in the tooth, yeah. He's still a dog, though.
Welterweight.
Randy Brown's good, though. Like, he's starting to figure it out. You know, he's starting to figure out his length and keeping guys off of him. And
he looked more cut this fight, too.
Yeah.
He looked a lot more cut, more like put together, like you said, fit. And yeah, man, he looked good. Got the decision win. And then moving on to this main event. Yan Xiaonan beating out Mackenzie Dern via decision.
I was so sad.
I was so sad too, man. It just looked like Mackenzie couldn't really turn it on against. I mean, Yan again, big chick, dude, big chick. She was big, big for the strawweight division.
Alpha male, so she was learning that offensive.
Uriah in the corner and everything.
Like, I mean, I don't know how that played out. They were like doing sign language and fucking translators and all types of shit. But I mean, they make it work.
You're right. They made it work. Got the dub for her too. Yeah, I had Mackenzie Dern parlayed up with Anderson Silva. So sad that didn't hit. Damn it! That was one of those ones. I was like minus 390 Mackenzie Dern taking on a very, very tough opponent. But I was like, Mackenzie's got it right now. She's hot right now. You know what I mean? I was wrong. And I was like, damn it, man. That was a good parlay, though.
I remember when we were, like, humoring our parlay last week, the odds were really weird. Like, they had Mackenzie Dern. It was, like, almost double likely odds-wise of winning via KO as compared to submission. I don't know if you remember that.
I do remember that.
It was, like, plus 110 or minus 110 versus, like, minus, like, 210 or some shit. It was, like, why is she twice as likely to knock Yan out?
Yeah, I know, right? When Yan's the better striker.
Who's betting that?
Longer striker, too.
But... Like I said before, she was eating punches, and it was like everyone is humored. Like everyone has game plan until they get punched in the face, and I don't think that was interrupting Mackenzie Dern's game plan. But like when you saw her face afterwards, like the swelling on like her orbitals and shit,
like right here.
It was like no human being could absorb the punches that Mackenzie absorbed that night, and would just like be like, no, I'm unfazed. Let's keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was devastating. So the fact that she absorbed all that, didn't drop one time. That says a lot about like her jaw and her chin strength.
It does.
That's something that we'd never really seen tested on her before.
Yan looking good too, man. Looking good.
You got to give her a dog for her next fight.
They were saying Rose Yan. Rose Namajunas versus Yan Xiaonan. Who wins that fight?
I can't bet against Rose.
Yeah, I can't bet against Rose. Yeah, I'll never bet
Rose.
against Rose.
Dog,
Yeah,
Doug
she's one of
Rose.
my favorite female fighters. I mean, just fighters all around, man. But that was that last card. This next card coming up is Alexa Grasso taking on Vivian Arejo. We also have Cub Swanson on that card. Jonathan Martinez. We'll talk about that one more next week because I mean, it's not today as you're watching this. It's actually the upcoming
Dragon.
week.
Let's go, Dragon. He's
Let's
gonna
go.
Take out Cub. That's
You
my
think
boy.
so? That's the homie. That's your homie, huh?
That's my boy.
Jonathan Martinez, 16-4. Dang, he's taking on a Cub Swanson. So have you been preparing him for that fight or what?
Killer, yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I love it, man. So you guys got a good game plan, huh?
Oh, 100%.
That's awesome,
I
dude.
mean, you got too much footage, and I mean, Cub's just a banger, so
He is.
Yeah, he's gonna humor the dog fight.
we're gonna outclass him.
Damn, your homie in the co-main. That's tight, man. That's tight. What other homies you got having bouts?
We got
around?
Brandon Royval fighting next week too.
He's on that same shit?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
see? And I didn't want to peek into this card like crazy because we're going to go over it next week. But, I mean, you're here. Why wouldn't we? Yeah, he's taking on Oscar Askarov. Oh, my God, dude.
So
Both of them preparing.
But when after that fight, he wins that fight, he's going Sizzler. Like,
100%.
Going
Talk
Sizzler.
about it. And it's like Kai Carr got that opportunity to like, it's up, you know. And then, like Brandon Moreno is under our management, so it goes back to those politics that we were talking about. you
Yep.
know? So it's all good, but you just win fights, and that's all I'm telling
win.
them. But you
Yeah.
just win fights, and you let all that other shit play out.
facts.
Because-
Yes.
Winning solves everything.
100%, bro. And yeah, it's crazy because like I want to say about 2 months ago, both of them came up to me. Jonathan had just came back into the gym, and he's got the Cub fight, and it was still under wraps. It was maybe like 3 months ago, but they just both came up to me and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna work our wrestling. We got wrestlers." And I'm like, "Bet." So we've been working some shit.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, man.
Scraps, but we're ready for fights, you know, all of us. And then what's crazy is us getting them ready, and then management hit me up, and we all landed on the same weekend.
Wow.
Like I said earlier, it's all timing and it's
Stars
God's
aligned.
plan, bro. It's God's plan, bro. You can't.
We got the whole team coming out.
Yeah, so
That's awesome, bro.
next week's gonna be huge, bro.
If we wanted to watch your fight, how could we do that?
Fight pass.
So yeah, just download UFC Fight Pass if you want to go in, look at all my other fights. They're
It's
all
on ESPN and shit.
Not on ESPN.
It's their Fight Pass
UFC
channel.
Fight
Oh,
Pass.
okay.
Yeah, so I think it's a different subscription, but
Gotcha.
it's like $10, but you can watch literally any fight you want to. And I think they got some cool ass like old kung fu movies and shit, and like old
Yeah.
Ultimate Fighters. So
But on
Okay.
demand. Cool.
Any fight
Yeah.
that's taken place under the Zuffa umbrella, like WEC fights, UFC fights, Strike Force fights,
They're all
LFA
in
fights. Like there's the grappling stuff. There's I believe there's like old like K1 shit on there. It's all over the place. It's a great library.
yeah, if you like fighting, you should definitely invest. Cause I don't even have like Hulu and shit. Like I just watch UFC.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Hell
Do you have
yeah,
any-
you're engulfed.
Do you have any like
That's
crazy ass fans? Like, what's the craziest thing a fan's like done to you?
bro, it's the kids, man. Like I said, I give everything back to the kids. So like when I do the camps, you know, I always see the same faces.
Nice.
You know, it's the kids that I've always helped with. I've been doing a couple of these different podcasts. So like younger guys or like older guys, they'll have me on like their Zoom or whatever. So
Oh, that's
every
awesome.
fight, like I'll do that for them, you know. But like no super fans yet. But the brand's still building, you know. I just got these stickers made. I got some stickers for you.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
we appreciate you,
Just
man.
trying to push that imprint out there, you know, and get that big toe logo out there so people can see it and start asking questions. Because when they see it on the big stage, they're gonna be like, "Damn, I know that guy."
Yeah, what is the big toe? What is that?
That's his theme. That's his brand.
His brand.
He's got
okay.
you have a merch website,
So his
don't you?
nickname is Big Toe as well. Jacoby Big Toe Jones.
Yeah, so that's what I was
Okay.
telling you guys earlier. Is another story for that shit. So
Drop.
when I was first starting to fight, I was telling my dad, I'm like, "Yo, I'm about to take this fight," and he's like, "Fuck no, you ain't fighting." I'm like, "Why not?" He's like, "Cause you ain't never fought in your life." And I'm like, "Hey, man, whatever, dude." I'm like, "I've been training." And he's like, "That training shit gonna get you beat up." And I'm like,
Damn.
I'm like, "No, I'm for real. Like, And I swear to God, you can ask anybody. Like I always said, I would only take 3 amateur fights. So I was trying to pitch that to him. I'm like, I'm only gonna take a couple amateur fights and I'll be done. And then he's like, you can't fight. You still Toe Baby. That was my childhood nickname.
Toe Baby.
Yeah, my brother would always call me Toe Baby because he couldn't pronounce it. He's 2 years older than me. So by the time I came out, instead of saying JaCobi, he was saying Toe Baby.
Aw.
And
Nice.
My whole family just called me that my whole life. And so he hit me with that. At the same time that we were having this conversation, because I was trying to figure out my fight name.
Of course.
The same time we were having this conversation, I was at my friend's house printing my first T-shirts that I was making. Because I was going to do this fight regardless.
Yep.
I was just
You
trying
were
to get
in
a
it.
name out of him. And I'm like, what name should I use? And he's like, you're not using a name because you're not fighting. And I'm like, I'm like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm Big Toe. You can't tell, like, I don't care what you say. Like, I'm about to fight, and then you just, either you're going to support me or you're not. And then, I don't remember, like, we finished the conversation, and then I hung up the phone, and I look over, and my friend had the T-shirt printed, and it said Big Toe on it, like, on the back of it. And I was like, who the fuck is Big Toe? And he's like, that's what you just told your dad. So I put it on the shirt. Was I not supposed to do that? I was like, fuck it, it sticks. That's dope. I like it. So,
Boom.
and then shout out my boy Joey. He designed this sick-ass logo for me, and we just been evolving it over the years.
It has like a little reminiscence of Avalanche, dude. It's got like some Avalanche in there. I like
Yeah,
it, dude.
bro,
It like,
like-
reminds me of that, you know,
Yeah.
growing up, you know, in Colorado, knowing the Avalanche. Fucking, I was like,
100%.
oh shit, that's tight.
I
Bro.
like how it's just like a stamp, and then I seen that logo, and like I was like, fuck, I hope I don't copyright this stuff. But then my buddy was like, no, it's completely different. So,
Yeah, it's different. It's definitely different, bro. And they don't even like they got their A, bro. They don't do it. You know what I mean? That's fucking awesome,
but,
man.
I mean,
Big
if they
toe.
want to collab too. I just became an Avs fan. It's crazy. Last year, I went to my first Avs game at the beginning
Oh,
of
I'm
the
jealous.
year.
I'm jealous.
Listen, I went to the game at the beginning of the year, and my friend, shout out Shane Coombs, the Coombs family. I went with their younger brother Blake, and because we were watching on TV, and he's like, "Let's go to a game," and we got
That's badass.
sick box tickets.
What?
Like he just surprised me with box tickets, and we're sitting there, and he's telling me everything about hockey, and all the facts and shit, and like everything Avalanche, and that game, I swear to God, it was the high of the game was like seven goals. I think was the
Damn.
over under. The score ended up being like 11-2.
Damn.
They fucking had a hat trick.
You had a good game.
Overtime, or no, it wasn't overtime. That was the only thing that was missing was overtime. They had like 6 fights.
You got your
Yes,
money's
dude. You got your
worth.
It
money's
was the
worth.
sickest shit ever for like that to be my first hockey game, and then since
Hell
that game I
yeah.
had become a fan. And then they went on to win the cup, bro. I was like, bro, this is the best year ever.
Hell yeah, that's the best year, bro.
Yes.
Denting it instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly dented that bitch. That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. Exactly.
Yeah, bro, you
Fucking
won that
guys
shit.
Falling over in the club.
Yeah,
all the funny
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Ah. The best, dude. The fucking best, man.
No, that's what you do. You work hard and you party harder.
Oh man.
Hard.
What other fights? Let's go over that Bellator card, like you were saying.
The main event was Pitbull versus Adam Boric.
Yes. Let me
And-
pull this up.
So that, I mean, Pitbull won that fight unanimously. Adam Boric never really got anything off, but he's so notorious for his flying knee strikes, and he tried it multiple times, and every single time he threw it, Pitbull just
Pitbull's
underhooked the
just
leg.
Such a freaking vet. Like
He
knows
is,
how
man.
he knows how to like stop what you want to try. Like,
Oh yeah.
and he knows how to negate everything in the fight. He just fights like a world champion. He doesn't expose himself anymore. He doesn't have
He knows how to handle the crowd too, because I mean the crowd was booing him.
I mean, he was in Long Beach. Shout
Yo,
out to
he's in the
AJ.
enemy. Yeah.
Oh,
He's in AJ's territory,
Yeah,
man.
They want that rematch. and
They do.
They all run. Each one of them, they're running from it because AJ, I think, wanted to do something else too before the rematch.
I think
so too.
I think AJ's goal is to if I had to hypothesize, I think he's gonna try to fight his older or his little brother at 155 for that
Because
belt.
he wouldn't take the fight.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So I
so-
assumed he wanted that fight to
So-
entice the Pitbull to fight him again.
I think if I know correctly, I seen an interview where AJ was talking about, he doesn't want to fight me, I'll just go up to 55 and fight his brother and take that belt.
Yep. Okay. I
And
remember him
Bellator's got to
saying
be
that.
loving that.
And I mean, he didn't really look bigger though. That was my thing. Like if you're gonna go up 10 pounds,
Yep.
put on 10 pounds of muscle. I feel like he just didn't cut weight.
That was
Yeah.
I was about to say the same thing. He didn't look too much bigger. He just looked less dehydrated.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what they're doing. They got some great shit going out there at Body Shop. You know, him and Joey and Coach. They got some great people out there. So yeah.
Doing the damn thing. Doing the damn thing.
I don't remember the name of the fighter, but there was a bout on the Bellator card where homie.
The main.
I think it was the main card. It could have been during the prelims, but I sent him a snap of it, and it's very rare. It's the first time I've seen this in Bellator, but homie threw a leg kick, and shit
That was
snapped.
on the prelims. It was in the prelims.
It snapped, and when he went to go plant, you see that epic like deer in headlights moment when the
That shit's
shit just
so
bends the way
So
it's
that
not
was
supposed
the
to.
first fight of the Bellator card, actually.
That's
I
my
think it was
biggest
Richard
fear in
Palencia.
I honestly, after
Against
seeing
CJ
shit like that, bruh, I would never throw leg kicks, and I would just
mean-
train checking them because that shit scares me.
I mean, maybe just not the inside leg kicks.
Yeah.
That's such a fucking sick shot, though. Like,
It
if
is.
you land that kick, it hurts so bad.
Fucking, I can only imagine. It sounds bad.
But
Like,
you don't hit shin on shin, bro. That's my biggest fear in fighting is breaking a bone in fighting. Cause like
the old Conor McGregor or something,
Yeah.
or the Anderson Silva, or
leg. Cause if I break a hand
Chris
bone,
Weidman.
I'm gonna fight through it.
Yeah.
of
I'm gonna
course.
fight through the hand shit. But like arm, leg, fuck, bro.
You don't want to end up
I
like
pray every fight, bro.
You don't want to end up like
Honestly,
Aaron
though,
Pico.
That's what I was
You
about
don't want
to
to end up
say.
like Aaron Pico.
That
You see
was
what happened to
dis-
Aaron.
oh, that was disgusting.
Well,
His coach
did you
made
see-
it worse.
His
though.
coach was tearing that
Bro,
motherfucker.
go to my Twitter at Big Toe MMA. Go to my Twitter. I retweeted my coach putting Brandon's shoulder in when he fought Royval, and it was literally just a rotate. And it's like that's what you're supposed to do to pop a shoulder back in.
You just rotate
His
it?
coach was literally
Yanking.
Well, they said
I was
his
like, oh my god, I felt so bad because Pico's such a good fucking like fighter.
That
like,
could fuck you
could
up.
Fuck him up, bro.
yeah, that was a title eliminator fight if he would have won. But the doctor said he broke his clavicle, and like it was
Oh.
what happened. Like I don't know, I haven't looked up any pictures or seen X-rays
Ow.
yet, but like his shit was the clavicle like fucking up kept it from being in place. So when they're trying to reset it, it might have been, it might not have ever dislocated. It might have subluxed a little bit, but like his shit where this is supposed to attached was just like
That's why the
nah.
doctor said it was broke, and then he's like, put your arms over your head.
And he's just like,
What a dog, though, right? What a dog. He said, put this bitch back in.
yeah.
And then he didn't work. He's like, all right, I guess we're fighting. Like, damn, that's a
He's like,
dog.
this is for my family, bro. Like, it's just different, bro.
It is,
I'm telling
man.
you.
It's
When
sad.
You're in there though, like, I don't know. You make a vow before you walk in. Like before my last fight, I legit told the dude next to me, I was like, "Yo, go get the wheelchair, because if I kick this dude, I'm not gonna stop kicking him." Like, it's
I
just-
see you.
Yeah, like
It's just gonna. That's
you
how it's
sign
gonna
a
ride,
contract with
man.
Yourself, bro. Like
You're gonna be like
and they got
Rory getting carried
insurance for
out.
you, bro. So it's all good. Like,
Ah.
it's all in the paperwork. As long as you got a good manager, it's all in the paperwork.
Telling the paperwork.
It's like that Izzy shit when he looked across at Kelvin Gastelum and he says, "I'm prepared to die."
I
Yep.
mean, I didn't think that was for a world title.
That's for a world title. That's a defense. That's the biggest defense he's ever. Or what? No, was it for? Yeah, it was a defense.
I think that was when he got the interim belt.
That was
Or
the
did he
interim?
Did he eventually?
That was the interim.
Did he eventually?
That's the one that set him up. That's
That's-
the one that put him over.
Yep. Yep. That's true. I was scared for him in that fight too, man. Kelvin's a tough fucking customer, dude.
Kelvin's a fucking animal.
He is scary, dude. You can take it anywhere too. All right, let's get into this Bellator card though. I'm just gonna read over the main card real quick. We had Juan Archuleta defeating Enrique Barzola
Oh, yeah, that
via
did happen.
unanimous
That was
decision.
a great fight.
I
Good
forgot-
fight on that one, man.
He looked good. He trained.
Juan looked good.
Doesn't he train with
He
Duke
started throwing
Rufus?
those hands. I think he's
With Dillashaw and them here in Colorado?
Yeah.
Mm.
But I mean, I don't think Dillashaw's here in Colorado right now.
I think he just flies here to
Dillashaw's
train.
in New
The tra-
He's
Mexico.
in
now?
California.
Cali.
Oh.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm saying they got all these different camps, bro. Like
They're
all in the
around.
house. Shout out to Factory X. All in the house.
They just wake up in Thailand. You know what I mean? Like they
I mean,
just go
Thailand
everywhere,
Would be dope.
right? Would you want to go
I
there?
always said that I would always wanted to go try it. You know, I've actually reached out to those coaches and like started conversations with them, and they're like, as long as you can get here, we'll take care of you. I'm like,
Damn.
that
Gotta get
flight
your
is like
ass out
2K,
there,
but,
bruh.
like, I mean, that was my thing when I first started fighting. I was like, yo, I'm gonna hit all these major camps and then find my home. But first stop was Factory X, and I found my
Found the home.
So
It's how it is sometimes, man. You know what I mean? But hey, you never know. Maybe in the future, have a little excursion out there. Have a little travel sesh.
maybe
You know,
vacation, just go out there. But
check it
I
out.
know where home is. You know.
You know where home is now. I see you, bro. I see you. So right after that Juan Archuleta fight, we had a Jeremy Kennedy, Aaron Pico injury. TKO, first round. Sad day for Aaron Pico. I mean, what do we do now? You know, like he's out for a while. He was out for a while.
Out that left hook, bro.
It was loud as shit
It was
too.
loud. Fuck, dude. Right after that, though, we had AJ McKee defeating Spike Carlisle.
That was my leg of the parlay.
Mr. Sauna. Fucking.
That fight was bananas.
It was a bananas fight, man.
AJ's a dog.
He's a dog, man. He's a dog. Speaking of dogs, Pitbull defeating Adam Boric.
Boric.
By
that
UD.
kid's still young. I mean,
He is.
he's still got a lot to do. If he stopped throwing that fucking flying knee or find the timing right, because I mean, you don't throw it for 3 rounds in a row. in a
Especially if
fight.
you got dropped after one.
Yeah, like come on now, you should learn better than that. But I mean, he's a savage. If you look back on his career, but
I bet it was instinctual for him, too. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, his body doesn't. You're like, oh, wait, fuck. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, you land that thing once, and then now you're always looking for it.
Yeah.
you like get addicted to that, you know?
Not gonna lie.
He's just not gonna lie. What's that strike for you?
I mean, what did I just put the last guy out with?
That fucking
Yeah, so I mean,
The cut, that nice
sneak
cutter.
peeks, but I mean, it's gonna be a lot of fun next week.
nice, man. And I'm sure you have some good plans, right?
Yeah.
You have like a set game plan for he does this,
So
I
talked
do
to my
this.
coach the other day about this because coach just got back from a hunting trip. He's been hunting for the last 2 weeks. He went out in Alaska and shot some bears and shit.
Oh, that's badass.
Like with bow. Like,
God damn.
A bear
That's
hunting
fire.
with bow. Holy
fucking-
shit, that's a whole
fucking
nother level.
Savage, bro.
That's savage shit right
Why
there.
wouldn't you follow this guy? Like
yeah, seriously, he's a
He's
bow
scared.
hunting with bear.
Yeah,
like
that's
legendary Adam Green tree type shit. Like he's out here.
Fuck, dude.
It's like some Khabib shit.
Dude,
That's
and
you
then he'll
can-
wrestle it.
bro. You could give me an AR-15 in a bear, and I'm still scared. This
Yeah.
dude's using a
Bring
bow,
pelt to practice. He says when he gets it done, he's gonna wear like a coat.
dude.
Like,
That's
Coach is
fucking
such a
sick.
fucking
It's like a
That would be
Viking.
so dope.
Is this bear
In
Grylls?
Alaska, dude. He's not even just like hitting bears. Like out, this is Alaskan bears. Like this
Him
is.
and his dad and his brother went out to Alaska and shot bears with bows, bro.
God damn.
How cool is that, man?
That's
crazy.
badass,
some
dude.
legendary shit. But yeah,
Some Cameron Haynes shit.
So, yeah, bro, like fucking pulling all that shit back to the fucking helicopters, you know?
oh
Or not
my
the airplanes, you know?
yeah,
But,
bro. I
so I'm
couldn't
like-
imagine.
Yo, coach, what do I do for this fight? We haven't talked about it yet. And he's like, just go have fun.
Nice.
Go
Hey,
have fun. So,
that's square one too, right?
yeah, and
like-
that's always been one of my rules in life. Is just if I'm not having fun, I shouldn't be doing it. So,
You're also a showman too. I've noticed that. Like in the fights that I've watched, you're a showman, man.
yeah,
That's
man.
important.
I'm trying to get the crowd entertained. You know, that's what they came for. Like, I like Kevin Holland, how he's been talking.
Big mouth.
I've
I
been
love it.
trying to like pick up a little bit of that, but you know, just try to bring in like more
Hmm
because like I'm kind of shy on social media still, so
I see you.
I'm trying to like just find different ways to just step outside my box. You know,
Other than Paxton, that was flapping his gums. Has there been anybody else that was flapping their gums at you?
Paxton wasn't flapping.
Oh, which one was it then? That was it was your first fight,
That
right?
was Caleb. That was Caleb.
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 Okay, so after
Uh,
or was it before?
no, nobody was flapping their gums.
No, not really.
Last fight was
Okay, yeah, that was your second
respectable.
fight. That was that was on the McKinney card. Caleb Hall.
Yeah, last fight was real respectable. He was a cool
Riley was
guy.
cool.
Yeah, him and his dad, they got a nice camp out in Seattle, I think. They
Mm.
run a nice organization, so they're real cool guys. Feel bad for them.
Sorry,
he says I feel bad for.
Sorry for that scar you're gonna have for the rest of your life,
Like every time you look in the mirror, you're gonna think of me like that's fucked up.
dude. It was like
It was.
It was
legit
bad, dude.
from eyebrow to hairline.
Dog,
16.
you will be living
'Cause
with
that's-
him for the rest of his life.
Oh man, I hit him. Like I hit him with the knee, right, and he was still standing. And I was like, "Fuck, this dude's a savage." And then I hit him with the right hand, and I don't even think I hit him in the face. I think I just hit him in the chest, and he just fell. And when he fell, I'm looking at him over top of him, and I didn't want to jump on him because I didn't want all the blood on me. The blood squirting at me. I'm like, what the fuck?
So you noticed when you cut him like right away?
Well, as soon as he hit the ground, he just was making these faces, bro. And I was like, oh shit. And I seen the cut open up. And then when I lunged at him, he like moved back and it just was like,
No!
See, so cage side, like from my perspective, it looked as if you had just like the corner that you ultimately like hurt him. You were on like, if I'm not mistaken, you were on the side of the cage that kind of faced the entrance ramp, and like that was to the right side because I was on the like the left portion. If you're coming down the entrance ramp,
I'm looking at you then.
So like when you dropped him though, it looked like you just got like the cleanest, quick little drop, and then like out of nowhere, I look up on the projectors and I just see homie's face is just open. And like,
yeah, like as soon as I hit him and he fell, and then I'm looking at him, and I've seen fights, so I seen how big the cut was, and I was in my head, I'm thinking it's over. I don't have to do anymore. Like I don't want to fucking look like just as much as I have to, you know. And then I look at my coach, and I was like, it's over. And then next thing I know, the towel hit me in the shoulder.
yeah.
And then the ref, as the towel was hitting me, the ref was saying time to bring the doctor in to look at the cut. Like,
Oh, man.
But they
so
knew.
much
They
going
knew.
on, yeah. And so when the towel hit me, I was like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
so we were reacting to like the thought that you had just TKO'd him, and like I said, the cut didn't come into like we didn't realize there was a cut right away until it was up on the jumbotron, and homie had his like that moment I showed you on Instagram. He's got his hands on his knees, and you just see it going down.
Oh,
So at that moment, because like when the towel came in, it was so fast from the moment you dropped him to the moment the towel was in there to the moment you were on top of the cage. Like maybe a combined like 40 seconds had elapsed, and at that point, then we're like, oh, he fucked him. It was
funny.
devastating.
The guys at the gym make fun of me. They're like, bro, you grabbed the towel and they were trying to use the towel to clean up the blood, bro. What the fuck?
You're fucked up. No, dude, that was like a brandable moment right there.
That's hilarious, bro.
I wish I had a
It's the
Polaroid.
shit like that, man. You do that type of stuff. That's what you want to like portray who you are. You know what I mean? It's that little thing. It's the little things. You know what I mean? It's
Or
that
like-
type of shit.
Your hair was really fire for the fight. You can do anything
Your hair
crazy
was
again?
fire for the fight.
Oh, so that story in itself was pretty cool, too. So
Let's hear
I'm
it.
sitting, so every fight, every Tuesday, because I leave on Wednesdays,
Mm-hmm.
weigh-ins are Thursdays. Every Tuesday, I go to one of these families that I used to live with. It's the Brookhausers. I go and I break bread with them and have dinner with them right before I leave. And I always paint my big toe.
No.
Yeah,
It's
I
dope.
like it.
I'm over there and I'm having dinner and I'm painting my big toe, and their niece paints. She does hair and she like does tattoos and shit. And she was in Denver just so happenly, and they're like, "Yo, you should have Kamaya do your hair." And I was like, "They're kids, and I'll do whatever they say." So I'm like, "What?" And we're talking about Dennis Rodman and shit. And
Nice.
That's what I thought of when I saw your hair.
their son plays basketball, and like he's kind of like a big man. He plays like a 3 and a 4, and like so I'm telling him all about Dennis Rodman. He gave me like an old Shaq jersey. And, like,
What?
That's
we
fire.
always do shit like that with each other, and like so they're like, you should dye your hair, and I was confident, bro. I was confident as fuck going into that fight, and I was like, what do you think I should do to it? And they're like, Dennis Rodman, you should do cheetah print. And I was like, what?
Let's go.
And so then I was like, fuck it. And then by the time I said fuck it, Kamaya was already at the house with the hair dye. And like, I couldn't say no at that point. So I was like, all right, I'm in. So at first it was just going to be blonde. And then she was like, let me paint some leopard spots. And then it was leopard spots. And then it was, let's put some red in it too. And I was like, fuck it, let's put red in it too.
Yo, let's get this motherfucker going.
Dude, that shit was badass.
It was badass.
And then I rinsed it and it turned pink.
God damn.
Yeah, so I'm at the barber shop the next day because I was getting cleaned up. And then he's like, bro, this shit's kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie. And I was like, bro, fuck it. That shit's dope as fuck. So
It's fire,
it
man.
was cool. I don't know if I'm gonna do it for this fight just because it was a long process and it was a
You're
lot,
trying to focus on
but
fighting and shit.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm gonna let Sean O'Malley keep that phase. Like,
True. Right.
I'll do the blonde maybe once in a while, but like I don't know. I think dyeing it with the fade looks cool. At least
That shit was
it looks
tight.
good. Dude, it
I'm
looked
not
good.
sacrificing with a lot of hair because when I used to have the fro, I never wanted to give that up. So
Yeah.
Either way, that's like a subtle little branding moment.
It is.
Cool. And then for all that to happen, that was perfect.
It was memorable too. You know what I mean?
Dude, I could
Until
just
you get remembered.
I can see it now. If you made that like a reoccurring theme in your career, like not necessarily the O'Malley status, but like if you just did like just let's say blonde, for example, and at every press conference you're just be like, dude, like you're gonna get your ass beat by a blonde dude. It's okay. Like just make that
It's
like
okay.
make that your call. Like you just got your ass whooped by a dude with like leopard spots on his hair.
100%, I could do some shit like that. But like, I mean, I don't want to have to pull those cards. Like, I just want people to know me for me. Like, how
Facts.
you guys do. Like,
Facts.
this
Yeah.
shit's so genuine, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't want people to be like, yeah, that's the guy that dyed his
With the hair, yeah,
Yeah,
I see
so-
you. Because then that's just that's you.
Spotted out, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to be spotted out. I want to be like, yeah. That's
You want to get a stoppage and be like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah,
That's
like,
yeah.
Guys come in the gym and they're looking at all the big names, and then there's that guy over there in the corner beating the fuck out of somebody. Like, that's me.
Yes, that's what we need, man. That's what we need. All right, we talked fighting for a good while. I don't know how much time we got left. Let's hit these let's hit some NFL a little bit. Any notable games for you, Winston, that pissed you off this?
we
You
didn't.
want to start with that?
Bro, I mean, I think we can run through the NFL shit real quick. Like, I don't really want to talk about the Broncos because they suck. So, we can just skip that part. Let's ride into the ditch.
Broncos country, worst ride.
Hey, bro, I'm here
looking
for
rough.
it. I'm here for it.
You know what?
Watch, you're going to eat those in a couple weeks. You're going to be like, man, we just needed those couple weeks to figure
Right.
it out.
Yeah.
It's just not looking the best right
Well, Javonte is out for the year, torn ACL.
now. Yikes.
Not good.
No.
Right?
Not good.
Just lost your tackle.
Garrett Bowles out for the year.
Not good.
Fucking Darby out for the year.
Starting corner.
Yeah.
God damn,
So,
dude.
I mean, our defense is really good.
It's still doing
Our
good.
defense is really good, but our offense is trash, bro. We got Russ. Like, what the fuck? Like, we signed him to a 7-year contract. 7 years of this, bro.
Why didn't we run on that 4th and 1?
Well, I don't know, but we're not going to see this for the next 7 years. That's not what's going to happen. But it just sucks right now.
It does suck right now.
It sucks right now. Yeah.
Nothing happens overnight.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're
man.
optimistic.
I'm optimistic, hometown team. I like them,
Yeah.
I'm becoming more of a Denver fan.
That's
You
what's
you
up,
just
man.
gotta ride it out, bro.
That's what we got to do. I mean, we
Yeah.
wrote it out this far.
I'm just upset. That's all. I'm disappointed, Like,
I mean, being a Chiefs fan, just know that I had to wait like 22 years of my life before we were a playoff team. Like
Yeah.
outright, like we made the playoffs 7 times and lost every single time. So I don't wish this upon any fanship. When I see teams go through these lulls of success, I can kind of like I can root for them because I've been through those lulls of having to like admit that your team's trash at a time. And
Yeah.
that hurts. But that being said, like I try to be like as a Chiefs fan, you would expect me to be a super like Bronco hater, but being in Broncos country, I kind of have to I gotta govern my hate, you know what I'm saying? But I don't actually have like hate for the Broncos. I believe I'm superstitious when it comes to being humble. I feel like if you're not humble, like you don't deserve your team to win, as stupid as that sounds. So I try not to like kick people while they're down, but I will say that like that game last night,
it was terrible to watch.
it was so hard to watch.
It was hard to
It
watch,
was bad.
dude. It was bad.
Dude.
It's hard to watch the play-by-play on ESPN.
Dude.
Oh, dude. It's like I think there was like 14 punts, like seven field goals, no touchdowns.
They
disgusting.
playing soccer or what?
Dude.
It was
The first game to go to
disgusting.
OT without a scored touchdown since like the 70s.
I
Yeah.
feel bad because I know so many people that went to that game. last
Dude.
night.
I know, dude. So many
There was
people
like a
left,
social
too.
media gathering. Like I heard, like Logan Paul was there. Like a bunch of like,
my God.
yeah, like YouTubers and shit were
No
there.
way.
That's what I heard,
that
bro.
game, huh?
Amazon flew them out because it was the Amazon like,
Prime shit.
Prime
yeah,
game.
exactly.
Wow.
So I heard it was like a big event. And
Ugh.
And they
Terrible
played
game.
like that.
dude,
Terrible.
what is
Tear their
what's going on?
contracts
Like
up.
I want to just figure out what's going on. Like what's
Throw away all their contracts.
dude?
Yeah, I bet
crazy.
you viewership was tough, and like I even saw that
Tough.
before OT had happened, a good amount of Broncos fans had already left.
Yeah,
I
saw that.
know. What
Like
the
a-
fuck? I wouldn't have left though.
Why
I
would
wouldn't
you
have-
leave?
You're getting more football than you paid for.
Regulation, Bro, you guys don't live in Denver. You guys don't understand.
It's pretty bad, but
Would you have left then? early?
Nah, bro. I stayed at the weekend concert until everybody else was going.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
do
what you
too,
gotta
man.
do,
That's
yeah.
what I do too.
Yeah, I would have scooted up type shit.
Get some better
Facts.
pictures.
That's so true, man. Let's go over the rest of these games, though. Let's just hope the Broncos pick up a good next few weeks or something, man. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, but the Chiefs did well.
The Chiefs did do well. You want to talk
Beat the
about that?
Bucs.
You want to talk about that?
So that was such.
You guys beat the Bucs,
we were-
41-31.
We were favored to lose that game because the Bucs defense had allowed such little points. That's the most points they've allowed thus far.
Yeah.
Like, we really went off on them, and it was great because it was like they muffed the kickoff, and we just never lost the lead. It was like, it was great. And, like,
Everybody got a piece of the pie too.
dude, it was, and then like I just have to point out that scramble play from Mahomes where he scrambles to the right, spin move, jumper pass to Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
That's the most MVP moment of the season so far. Granted, that doesn't
that was
decide the
fire.
trophy of who gets MVP.
Yeah, it's a highlight play.
I don't care who gets MVP, obviously, but like it's moments like that when I'm
Lamar
just seeing
Jackson.
that. Lamar
Jackson.
Lamar's the MVP.
He's
right
the
now.
MVP
Lamar.
favorite for sure. But after seeing that moment, I was just so like, I was just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, dude, that's insane. Like, no one else is. A lot of people are capable of doing that. They just don't try it
They're
in
not
game.
doing it.
They're-
Mahomes is the Steph Curry of the NFL.
Of football, dude.
Yeah.
It's
So fucking good, bro.
Yeah.
it's so fun to watch.
So good.
And like to think that like, so we lost Tyreek Hill. We had a bad, well, not bad, but we just had a very scrape by win against the Chargers, and then we had our loss to the Colts, which sucked. We beat ourselves, whatever. But the other two games, we scored 41 points twice this season. So
you guys lost to the Colts too.
oh yeah, I acknowledge that for
fair.
sure. But
Colts or
But they didn't have Jonathan Taylor against the Broncos. Like,
true.
like he's a really good running back.
Yeah,
Like,
we
it's
had to.
a bad look.
We went against Jonathan Taylor, but all things considered, like these highs that we're able to create in game against, I would say a top 5 defense in the NFL in the form of the Bucs.
The Bucs are great.
So we went up against a top 5 defense. We scored 41 points, and like some people would be like, "Oh, you guys lost by 10." Well, like Tom Brady, I was watching on Undisputed. It was pretty funny watching Shannon Sharp debate this with Skip Bayless. But Tom Brady, of his 300 plus yards that he threw that day, it was like 280 of them came in garbage time. Specifically, 280 yards while they were down more than 2 possessions.
Yeah,
Yikes.
yeah.
So
They were
that-
just playing prevent.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
like he was getting yards, but that score did not reflect that game. You know what I'm saying? And all things considered, just seeing the team eat the way they did, it was so fun to watch. Like Tom Brady is in a rut right now.
He is.
I'm not the first one to acknowledge it, but I don't think he's really
It's just like
shined.
a beginning of the year lull.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, he's
like-
getting a divorce.
And I
so
True, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Personal life, that
We-
shit's hard, bro.
She's all, you want to work?
yeah.
She's like,
Divorce.
You
I think
like
that-
football?
I think this is a good move for Tom Brady, though. He's gonna
Fuck
get
is football?
mad bitches. So many
Winston.
You
bitches.
don't give a fuck.
Giselle lost, honestly.
She's gonna lose in the
So-
legal battle too.
Dude,
Yeah, I bet.
She is, because she's richer than
she
him.
makes way more money than him.
Dude,
Really?
the best
Yeah.
meme that I saw come of
crazy.
this is it says the only 3 people to get a ring from Tom Brady is Giselle, Eli Manning, and Nick Foles.
Damn.
Nick Foles.
Yeah, think about that.
Fucking Nick Foles, dude.
But-
All right, let's go over some of the rest of these games. Like we talked the Colts, Broncos. Let's talk the last week game too. Broncos lost to the Raiders as well, man.
Yep.
Raiders getting their first win over our Broncos. Fuck.
Now,
Bro,
Fuck.
all that shit I
Broncos
talked.
never beat the Raiders though, so like that's
know.
that's a happen. You know,
Yeah.
it's a
That's
big
so
rival.
true.
They never win.
The Raiders are the most hated team in the AFC West amongst all AFC West teams. Like,
Facts.
I feel like when the Raiders play any other team in the AFC West, like when you watch rivalry games and you're like, oh, I just want them to tie. Like, no, I want the Raiders to go 0-17 every fucking year. You know what I'm saying?
Me too. I fucking
Same.
hate
But
the Raiders.
Yeah,
I'm
fuck the Raiders.
glad. I'm just saying this. I'm glad they beat the Broncos for the sake of because I'm going to the Chiefs versus the Raiders game on Monday, and if the Raiders were 0-4 going against the Chiefs, the trap game level of that, I just would be so nervous. It's still a trap game in my opinion. 1-3 versus 0-4 is like cosmetic or whatever. It's
It's gonna
semantical.
be a messy game for you guys.
But I'm
They're
just
gonna
like
come out to play.
Yeah, I think it's worse for you guys that they won against the Broncos because now they still have
They
a
have
playoff
hope.
chance.
They have
Exactly.
they do have a playoff chance, but I just don't think that they're like between their quarterback and how well they're
They're like,
coached.
if we can win
I just don't.
early, we can win out.
Yeah, and they could definitely beat us. Like I'm gonna see. But last time we all remember last time in Arrowhead, they stood on the fucking logo, and next thing you know, it was like 40-10. You stood on the fucking logo.
That's one place you don't play at, bro.
Dude.
That was my first ever NFL game was at Arrowhead. I went to a Broncos Chiefs game. How ironic.
Tough.
But my dad, he took us. He runs a youth football organization in Nebraska. So he took our whole football team to the game. Freaking, and sure enough, I think someone got killed in the parking lot. Like,
I believe it.
Damn.
They were fighting in the game, and then at the end of the game, it was so much traffic because police were there blocking off the parking lot.
Oh.
This guy got killed.
Yeah.
Like, that's the place you do not play at.
Yeah, you don't play there, man. Holy shit.
Don't fuck around at Arrowhead. The find out meter and the fuck around meter are fucking parallel, my guy.
Let's go over the rest of these games, go over the next games, maybe do our parlay and get the fuck out of here, huh?
Sounds
Let's run
good.
through these games quick, and we'll run through the next week's games quick. Week 4, NFL. Bengals beat out the Dolphins 27-15. Vikings beat out the Saints 28-25. The Seahawks beat out the Lions 48-45. High scoring game. Good game.
Crazy.
Good, crazy game. Jets beating out the Steelers 24-20. Crazy. The Giants beating out the Bears 20-12. The Titans beating out the Colts 24-17. How are the Titans beating them? And we're, we'll just leave that for another conversation.
Yeah.
The Chargers beating out the Texans 34-24. The Falcons beating out the Browns 23-20. The Cowboys beating out the Commanders 25-10. The Eagles beating out the Jags, looking great. I mean, your dark horse
dark
call
horse
out.
on the
That's
year.
your dark horse,
Yeah.
man. They're doing great.
Jaguars were winning in the
They
first half.
were, dude.
And they're good.
29-21.
Jaguars are a good team this year. They've beaten some good teams. Like, they beat the Colts. I'm pretty sure they beat the Chargers.
Yep. Blew them
Like,
out.
they've, like, that's not a light win right there.
The Falcons are doing a lot better than a lot of people thought.
They are. Even though Mariota only got me 2 points last week.
Dude,
huh?
And
tell me about it. I beat Dave in fantasy. Fuck you, Dave. Thank you. No, but honestly, thank you for giving my first win of the season.
Let's
I appreciate
go!
it. Yeah,
This guy's over
the
here like the Raiders.
Win call, dude. For real, the Raiders win, I win.
Crazy.
Damn.
The Bills beat out the Ravens 23-20.
Crazy.
Crazy. The Cardinals beat out the Panthers 26-16. The Packers beat out the Patriots 27-24, and the 49ers beat out the Rams 24-9.
Yes, sir.
Moving on to these upcoming games. We got the Giants taking on the Packers, the Lions versus the Patriots, the Chargers versus the Browns, Texans versus the Jaguars, Falcons taking on the Buccaneers, Steelers versus the Bills, Dolphins versus the Jets, Bears taking on the Vikings. Oops. Damn it. I did not mean to tap that. Bears taking on the Vikings, Titans taking on the Commanders, Seahawks taking on the Saints, 49ers taking on the Panthers, Eagles taking on the Cardinals, bird game. And we got the Cowboys taking on the Rams, and the Bengals versus the Ravens, Raiders versus the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we got for the upcoming NFL games right here. Is there any notable games that you guys have your eye on?
The one I'm attending.
Of course.
What's that sound?
What does that sound? We got some audio feedback coming in. I don't know if it's mic. It kind of stopped. It stopped.
Dolphins Jets. Think should be a good game.
Dolphins, Jets, good game. Who you got?
Dolphins.
I got.
They got Teddy Bridgewater. Tua's out. I might take the Jets, bro. I think
Really?
Yeah, if I'm gonna put
Waddle's
money on them,
kind of hurt too right now.
Yeah.
He's questionable.
yeah. So I'd probably put money on Jets for like
Pretty
betting
good.
purposes.
Pretty good. You got your eye on a game other than your Chiefs?
Not really.
No, not really.
Yeah.
How about you, Jacoby? Any eye on any games? You're training, bro.
Yeah,
You're
next week's
training.
fight week. I mean, my dad's favorite team's the Cowboys, so let's root on the Cowboys.
Hey, let's go the Cowboys. All right, man. I mean, we've reached the end of our pod. Let's build this parlay though before we get out of here. We don't really have fights this weekend though, so we can't really. You guys want to just do football parlay or what? I mean,
Sure, I
let's
guess.
do it. Do you have your leg? Let's just pick one. Do you have your prop?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Let me pull this up. Let's think of a parlay. We're all gonna think of a leg of this parlay, and then we're just gonna all put it together. We'll see what it is. We'll bet it and we'll go from there, man.
I can't bet on the Chiefs game. So you can't do a leg for the Chiefs game.
Because it's not up yet.
Yeah,
What are you on?
FanDuel. Should
Okay,
we just wrap it
I'm
up?
on DraftKings.
Do we want to build a parlay?
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah,
let's just wrap up. We don't
Okay.
have a fight, so maybe just wrap up. That's all right, man. Thank you so much for coming in, bro. We appreciate you for coming in and talking some fighting with us. Hell yeah, man. We would love to have you back, dude. Maybe later on, some other time after you're in the UFC. Don't forget about us, huh?
No.
No, you're about the people, man. Like it's always been respect. I'm glad I've met you, you know what I mean, through college and everything. I consider you a good friend. I love watching your career bloom through the sport that you've chosen. It's fucking awesome because one, I love the sport. Two, it's brought me closer to my friends, especially Dave. You know, we met in college, but we've really hit it off through the sport that we love a lot, and it's the sport that you chose to take. So, you know, us rallying for you is fucking awesome. I'm sad that I missed your last LFA fight, but I'm going to make the fucking next one, okay?
I promise
The fucking next
Next
one.
time they come into town.
Next time they're in town. Where's this fight that you're taking on
this
next?
Fight's,
South Dakota?
LFA 144 in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. At
South
the
Dakota.
Pentagon Arena.
Taking on Christian Turner.
Yeah, so like kid's 20 years old, get after him, fucking set the pace.
Set the pace, show him
right
what's
away,
up.
Right away.
He's an undefeated fighter, right?
Yeah.
3-0. You're
Yeah.
at 4-1.
3-0. He's fought 3 fights this summer. I don't really think he has experience.
So he's been.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he did the PFL contender I think it was in May. And
Oh,
then,
really?
Fought 2 fights right after that, you know. So his coaches believe in him. He's in a good camp. I'm not saying nothing against him, but I mean, bro, I'm about to beat the fuck
You're about to beat the fuck out of this dude, man.
Yeah, I'm not even.
Tune in next week, guys. We got Jacoby Jones, Big Toe,
Can we,
fighting Christian Turner, LFA 144. What's up, Dave?
Can we parlay his ass in this shit?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Honestly,
sure.
I'm
I think
pretty
you
sure
could
we
do
can,
Bet
bro.
Online. I think
Okay.
you could do betonline.ag.
Oh shit!
So if you want a guy, I might be the favorite. So I mean, but
Oh,
can
you're getting
parlay.
you're getting parlayed up next
We
week,
should
my
look
man.
at his odds, bro.
Let's see
That'd
what
be
your odds
sick.
are, man. Yeah, pull this up before we get out of here. Here, let's see what we're doing. I just want to go over this. You're definitely getting parlayed in our parlay next week.
Oh,
you're
oh God.
you're definitely a piece in that shit,
You
man.
better parlay my boys Brandon and Jonathan too.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm down as fuck.
Gotcha.
Brandon Royval and what?
Jonathan Martinez.
Martinez.
So thank Jacoby. He's literally gifting us and all of you guys an entire parlay next week.
Facts, huh?
And this isn't,
That's big fight facts. And
yeah, this isn't like the opinion
The
of someone.
team parlay. That's
This
like
is-
a team parlay
So
right there.
Jacoby is minus 260.
Ooh.
In your last fight, you were minus 500.
Oh, yeah.
And then the fight before that, you were minus 115.
Yeah,
Wow, man. So
money's
you
always good with me, bro.
Bet on Big Toe.
bet on Big Toe. This man hasn't been an underdog yet. He ain't gonna be. All right. We're gonna see this guy in the UFC, man. Leave us with how long is it gonna take you to get to the UFC?
But like I said, I don't want to put a timeline to it. Read this book by Russ. He said, trust the what, fuck the win. You know, trusting what I'm doing and fucking whenever it's going to happen. You know, I'm just keep putting in the daily work. With the Mamba mentality, 24 hours in a day, how much can I take from that day and pursue it and keep going with the next and just thanking God for every opportunity. So,
Hell yeah, man. I love it. Any last words for Christian Taylor?
shit, man. Be ready, bro.
Be ready, my man.
Make weight.
Man, make weight.
Yeah, you
all
gotta
right.
make weight, dog. Or else you're gonna be broke, motherfucker.
You heard it here first. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys watch this out, we appreciate you so much. All the sport champs here love you guys. Jacoby Jones loves you guys. We appreciate you guys. Let's get it for the win. Jacoby Jones, Big Toe, thank you for coming in, man. We appreciate you
guys.
so
Thank
much.
you, bro.
You guys have a good night. Thank you guys. You guys know where to find us. Hit the links below. Got a concert. If you guys want to see Kirk Obangs, opening up for him October 21st down here in Pueblo, Colorado. So hit me up for tickets. And if
You better
not,
pull up.
yeah, you better pull up, and you better pull up to our live show, too. If you haven't gotten our live show tickets on October 29th, we're doing a live podcast out here in Pueblo, too. Hit us up for that, and you guys have a good night.
Oh, yeah.